say is that it's always, right now it's the stepsister, stepbrother, and it's always one will go for the other, and the other will shun them at first. They'll be like, hey, you're my brother. And then they always have to say stepbrother. They always got to correct them, like, you know, to get that step in.
But what about the mom and son stuff? Like, you can't, like, there's no...
Well, see, this is the direction that it's going. Pretty soon, it's just going to be normal. They're just going to take that stepbrother out of the equation.
So gross.
Like, you're my brother. Yeah, so that's just the direction that it's going to take now.
Yeah. That's the direction it's taking in general. All
bets are off now.
That's the sexual thing that's happening. Like, that's where they want it to be. You know what I mean? Like, there's no... It's not by mistake that little girls wear, like, barely any clothing and their parents allow it. Like, this is what they're teaching us.
Not all parents allow it, though.
No, I'm not saying all parents. I'm just saying eventually it's going to be, as much as everyone's so upset about everything right now, I think they're trying just to let it be a normal thing, to be honest.
But isn't it
creepy?
Trump does have a weird relationship with his daughter, so...
Yeah, well,
maybe
Trump...
that is where it's coming from.
I don't think it has anything to do with Trump, but...
Of course you don't.
Everything to do with
No, it doesn't, man. It has nothing to do with Trump.
He wants to bang his daughter. What's the debate?
No, he doesn't. He just said...
Have you seen that old picture when she's like 14? And she's just on his lap. It's just, dude.
Y'all have Trump living in your minds rent free. That's all I know. Don't worry, I got Trudeau living in my mind rent free.
What's your problem with him? He's handsome.
He's definitely Fidel Castro's son. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. That is not Trudeau.
Well, either way, he's a shill.
He's a politician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Yeah. You know, a buddy of mine posted something pretty interesting. He was talking about bullying, and everyone I know is so against bullying. Like, bullying's the worst, and blah, 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 blah. But when you think about it, man, all we are is bullied every day by the government.
Bullying is actually pretty cool.
That's all the government does, is bully people. It's ridiculous, you know? But again, I don't understand why you need a marriage license or any of that shit. So, makes no sense to me.
Why do you need a marriage license?
I don't know.
Because it's not your privilege to be with someone. It's not a right. Like, that's what people need to understand. It's fucked up.
I think once, like way back when marriage was just marriage and just a ritual, there's no kind of like legal papers to it. I think it started from people just fighting over stuff.
Probably, because that license entitles you at the end of the day to stuff.
Yeah. So legally we're married. So if you want to tear up this legal document, then I get the big rock. Like you don't get that big rock. You can have the smaller rocks.
Yeah, pretty much. And it created an industry of lawyers.
Just people want
that have forever, like they're laughing. Because the amount of people get married who really are like they're fucked on the head and they haven't thought it through, and then like 6 months later they're like, it's not working.
Like celebrities,
and they got a lot of people in general. It's just and then next thing you know, what do they got to do? They got to hire a fucking lawyer. You know, I should have been a divorce lawyer.
Well, how much roughly do you think it costs to get divorced?
Probably enough.
I think it depends on how much you own.
Yeah, what you have.
Like, if you're really rich, it costs you a lot of money to get divorced. If you don't have a prenup,
but lawyers are slimy. Like, if you just want to have a lawyer send a letter to someone, it's like $500.
Yeah,
it's fucked up.
And if the richer you are, the better lawyer you're getting.
Yeah.
So then you're paying even more money.
I mean, look at OJ. He got off because he had amazing.
Yeah, exactly. You pay.
Wait, wasn't he innocent though?
Yeah, back then. Until he wrote that book.
Well, no one can prove anything. He never admitted it, though.
I remember being in grade 8 and, like, my grade 8 teacher, like, wheeling a TV in so we could watch it.
Yeah, fuck it. Like, that's why I think
news.
That's why I think it was like a staged event almost.
Maybe, like, everybody's watching, like, we're Canadians. And,
what's the last fucking trial you've watched? Because I can't remember one that was broadcast like that thing.
I watched the...
That was on regular TV.
Yeah, I watched... Yeah, you're right. I didn't watch the whole trial, but I watched, like, highlights of that U.S. gymnast coach
Oh yeah, okay.
I watched lots of that.
But I mean, in general, like,
yeah,
it blew, when you really think about it, that OJ shit was like straight TV, and people will watch. It's kind of like the Challenger to me. Like, I watched the shit blow up in school, like it was meant to be.
Yeah, but you know what though? Like I don't know. Like there was like that was in L.A. and the Rodney King, the cops. That was a big televised.
But not the whole court case, not like that.
You watched? No, it was. Yeah, it was a little bit different. It wasn't.
It was every day.
Yeah,
it was fucking nuts.
My mom.
And I think it was on purpose.
The OJ trial.
Yeah.
Where she had to work.
Yeah.
She taped it.
Yeah.
She came home.
Really?
We wound the tape, and she watched it.
Back when VCRs were a thing.
Right. And I saw so much, too much.
Yeah.
And this was back in the day when CNN, all CNN was just a red line. Remember that graphic? Just a red line all the way across the bottom of the screen.
Yep.
And
Just CNN. Yeah.
There was no like side scroll.
Tickers and
tickers running.
FaceTime going on.
Yeah.
Just that.
I'm
and then maybe
really surprised
in
that
white lettering the OJ Simpson.
I'm surprised there hasn't been more trials like that just on regular television. Now that I think about it.
Well, what was the last one?
I don't know.
Casey Anthony.
I don't.
Oh,
but it wasn't.
Big one. That one was definitely televised.
But it wasn't the same.
No.
Like it wasn't.
It was just Nancy Grace covering it. Wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
you're right.
pretty much.
Only they had cameras in the courtroom.
I think she's
They just
still
heard yelling
covering
about
it.
it for 6 hours a day.
You're right. You're right.
scrunching up her face about it.
Nancy Grace had a nip slip on Dancing with the Stars.
Gross.
Like legit.
I'll edit this part out.
Yeah. No.
I don't even want to think.
No. Let everyone
think about
know. Yeah, I don't know. That something. There's something always about shit like that when it's on television. Television's a fucking crazy thing,
right? You know, it's America, especially.
Yeah, but I mean,
learn how to.
Was the Menendez brothers like that
life
too?
and make it look interesting.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the whole thing was probably rigged just to separate people.
What's that?
The whole OJ thing, to a degree. I'm not saying people didn't die. I'm saying it was clearly a division tool.
Well,
I mean,
Mark Furman
same with everything that happened in LA was.
Trials,
yeah, absolutely. Fucking right it was.
The riots of
Fucking
LA.
right it was.
That was.
They all are, right?
The fact.
Travion, Martin, all those things
Yeah.
caused more division.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate, but that's what they want, man. That's it.
No, absolutely.
Who are the people
I agree.
outside right now?
Yeah, no one's arguing that.
Yeah, it's just clicked in when we were talking about the OJ thing. It just clicked in that how it was fucking broadcast to us. You know, like
It is kind of weird.
that day, everyone was just like, "Oh, it's gonna go
That
down.
was the first one though.
Someone's gonna."
No, like I said, I think Menendez brothers was like
Yeah.
that too.
Brothers, yeah, I was
Yep.
thinking of them, and there had to have been more, just maybe before our time, like when we were younger.
I think it also, like, the Menendez brothers, they weren't celebrities before they
Right.
committed murder, and
Yeah, it was
OJ
just a
was,
murder,
so that
yeah.
also,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
then everybody wants to report it.
Well, you know what? Here's an interesting thing I heard someone say. Perhaps OJ did it. Okay, I'm not saying he did or didn't.
But say that he's guilty.
He's probably out right now looking for the real killer
No,
still.
he absolutely is. He said.
Yeah, that's he said. Yeah, exactly. He'll get on it. But it brings up the thought of CTE now.
Oh yeah.
You know, like is he deranged from taking football hits?
No, we've talked about him and his definite CTE because his head just keeps growing larger
He's done some weird shit.
since having a big head.
Have you seen the
people?
you seen the Family Guy where they're like making fun of Ron Goldman's dad's mustache or whatever? He's walking out of room sideways and stuff. Like everyone knows we lost because of that and stuff.
That's dark.
So bad.
Yeah, that's dark.
I heard a theory that his son did it. You know, I don't know. OJ's.
OJ's son?
Yeah,
His
his
son?
Yeah.
Wasn't he like 8 years old?
No, he had a son that was like 18, 19, or
Nice.
20,
Oh, really?
somewhere in there.
Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
What that wasn't his mother, I don't believe.
Well, maybe because he was smaller, that's why the glove would have fit. I just
All right.
Yeah.
And what is Kato Kalin doing right now? You should have him on the podcast. I'm sure he would come.
Yeah.
I'm
$50
sure
bucks
it
in a
lives down the
sandwich.
street.
He'd be fucking right here,
Free
like,
pizza.
Yeah,
hey, it's me, Kato.
Yeah, just shoot me the address. You're gonna get like his
Yes.
agent or something.
You guys got the
I don't
sandwich?
think he has an agent, man.
Actually answers the phone. It's like,
Yeah.
Kato.
Who's eating
Yeah,
cereal?
no, it's probably just a payphone. There's
yeah, my
just
name
one
is-
random payphone
Hey,
left.
Steve, how's it going? What you need today, my man? We're just wondering if you would do our podcast. Yeah, man, shoot me the address.
You got an extra room, maybe?
Can I use your shower?
I mean, I'll pay full price for an an airplane ticket, but can you pay me back at least half, at least? No? Okay. That's cool, man. I'll still go. I've seen pictures. It's cool down there.
But in all honesty, what if OJ wasn't guilty?
Well, first of all...
I'm sure he was, but what if he wasn't?
Book soon after he was found innocent.
Actually, they're airing
Called
something.
If I Did It.
Yeah, they're airing a thing on TV.
Yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that.
The If...
They're doing a thing on TV this week.
It was all
this
in
week
white,
about it.
White font.
Did you read it?
White? No. But
Curious.
I've always known that it exists. All white font, but the if is in red.
It's ominous.
If I Did It.
They're doing a thing on TV like this week of him like it's a video documentary of him talking that, like, doing that. I don't know if he's just reading the book or if he's talking about it or what, but
I get why he might have had a
About
book,
that
though.
book?
yeah, about it's like something to do with that. Yeah,
I get why he had a book,
It's
though.
50
Like, he
grand,
lost all his money, right? Like, he...
yeah.
Yeah, but he's just playing.
Yeah, but it was shortly after he was.
But there's
found
devious
innocent.
people. Like, it's not like he just wrote up. It's not like he sat at home and said, I'm going to write a book and call it that. Honestly, someone got a hold of him and said, listen, Juice.
Yeah.
You know, we got this. Write this book, name it some scandalous name. You're going to fucking get. You know what I mean? Like, this is how sick our world is. And he had no money. Like, I watched a thing, one of his lawyers, like, they never got paid. They never got all their money at all.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Well, his buddy was his lawyer, the Kardashian. What was his name?
Yeah, Robert Kardashian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So he was probably working for free anyway. He's his buddy.
and he had, like, I saw a thing, and one of the things that they said they fucked with is the I forget, was it Marsha Clark and Christopher Darden, yeah. So Marsha Clark and Christopher Darden, I think they believed that they were going to ask for more time. Like, they just kept putting it out in the media on purpose that, we're not prepared. So they thought they were going to ask for more time, and then they were like, we're ready to go now, and they weren't prepared.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, there was a big... Yeah, but it was like psychological warfare. They put it all out in the media that, like, we're not ready to defend OJ yet. We're not ready.
Yeah, but what was OJ facing? Was he facing the death penalty?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Or just life? Maybe just life?
I don't know.
I don't know.
See, that's
Lots of rape.
That's the thing that I think about the Casey Anthony trial is that, first of all, in the media, she's this young, attractive, white female, right? Who knows how to party because we've all seen her party pictures.
Yes.
And she, like, they were calling for the death penalty, weren't they?
Maybe.
I'm
Was
pretty
that
sure-
was it Florida? It might be.
Florida, yeah.
Florida, yeah, it is Florida.
They were calling for the death penalty.
It seemed like they'd have death penalty there.
Especially a jury that had, where there's so much media attention.
Yeah. They don't want
to
to
be the death deciders,
Yeah.
So that's why she was found innocent of the whole thing. So, and now it's like, okay, so what happens to poor little Kaylee? So what? Just nothing now?
Just nothing. But couldn't they have gone for a lesser sentence, though?
Yeah, absolutely.
'Cause
I think she would have been found guilty if they went for just...
Yeah, but can't even the jury recommend? Isn't that a thing?
Maybe.
I thought juries could recommend that, not found guilty on this, but found guilty of a lesser charge.
Yeah, I don't...
Wasn't there a theory, too, that the father had something to do with it, maybe?
Yeah, that was out there for a bit, too.
Where is Casey? Is she still hiding? Is she...
She's
She's at
pretty sure she's changed her name. And
She's just
her
at the
whole
club right
look.
now?
you think she would change her name?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Fuck,
she did change her name.
I would if I was
I'm
her.
pretty sure. I think I watched like an after special about her.
And that's true. I really thought...
She's just somewhere right now being like, wow, that Casey Anthony's a real fuck job. You know?
Pass it up. He's got a fake mustache on.
A monocle and shit. Just, Mr. Peanut. Fucking...
So I really thought she was going to be like a celebrity after that.
She totally went into hiding.
I really thought she was just going to be like on YouTube or something like this.
Surprised she didn't do porn.
Yeah.
At first she was. She would just like have like at home videos of her just, so I'm just reading a book.
Yeah. Just making some tea.
At home. Free.
But what happens to the real killer of her daughter then?
She is a real killer of her daughter.
I know. So just what happens?
Same thing with the
Nothing.
real
You can't
killer
be-
of
you can't-
OJ's
You
ex-wife.
can't be charged and tried for the same crime.
Nope.
Either.
She
Once
could
you're
admit it now, I think.
found guilty, or you go through your trial and found guilty or not guilty, they can't charge you with
Yeah.
that same crime. I think unless they found like solid new evidence.
And that's why.
No, I don't think you can.
no.
No, I don't think so. If you
Not
no,
at all.
I don't think so. I think you're right. Like,
Okay, yeah.
No,
yeah.
because I think that's why once OJ was found
yeah.
innocent,
With the
he
book.
was just taunting.
Yeah.
Especially the
Yeah.
Goldmans.
Yeah, you've already gone through your trial. They've made a verdict.
And then they sued him.
Yeah,
in
but the
civil court,
Goldman
took
suit,
all
yeah,
the
they
money.
took everything, man. He had nothing. Like I said, he
He was found guilty in civil.
lost everything he had.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all
Yep.
he had to do was be the fuck have for the rest of his life. And
Yeah.
he couldn't
After
do
that.
He had to rob someone at gunpoint. Where to get 90?
No, he like held him
He was doing
hostage.
shit. He
Yeah,
got out though.
he wanted his
No, he's gonna-
statue back or something.
He's like Brooks from Shawshank.
Oh
He'll be right
fuck,
back.
Brooksy. Oh, Brooksy. Yeah. I don't know if he's like that,
Every
but
day Morgan Freeman walks by a department store or something and sees something in the window. It's just like, you know, I could steal that.
yeah. Wow.
Sees a bunch of jerseys. It's a steal, those.
Every
I'll autograph 'em and they'd be worth 10
I'm
grand.
Stealing that jersey.
That's just it. Like, I wonder whose autograph is worth more right now, OJ or Pete Rose. I bet they're both like fucking begging. They're begging for cash.
Where's Pete Rose? Pete Rose still alive?
Oh, dude, he's in Vegas every day signing baseballs for $90 a pop. But I guarantee you can't fucking sell that baseball for $90.
Casino.
He's got his own ball sign.
Just a box of balls.
Absolutely, dude. He's there every day, every fucking day. Cincinnati has the Pete Rose Hall of Fame. I think when we were there, it was like $5 to get in. I imagine now it's like 35. But yeah, dude, there is more Pete Rose autographs out there than probably anyone else. Like, that's all he's ever done is just try and, like I said, $90 a pop, and you wouldn't get 90 if you tried to sell it the next day.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So, you ever watched the movie about him, Pete Rose?
No, never.
I don't know what
It's-
that is.
Is it just called?
He was a baseball player.
I'm getting that by the baseball signage,
probably-
but
Disgraced baseball player.
He was one of the best.
Going to see him.
You ever heard of Ty Cobb?
no,
You ever heard of Ty Cobb?
no.
Okay, well, okay.
Never heard of Pete Rose. You're not gonna hear it.
Yeah, well, Ty Cobb. I mean, that was an older, but that's a good movie too.
We heard
Cobb.
Babe
Oh,
Ruth.
right.
Just checking.
Okay, well, Ty
Watch The
Cobb.
Sandlot.
Ty Cobb's pretty good too, but Pete Rose had like the all-time. He beat the most hits of all time in baseball
Okay, why is he disgraced then?
because he gambled on his own sport. I guess like.
Oh, on his own.
Yeah.
Wasn't it his own team?
Yeah, but like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so what? I'm betting on myself.
If you're betting for yourself, I don't see that as cheating.
Well,
Well, hey, if you
I
also
guess,
remember
yeah. You're
Janet.
betting against your
Just by
during the same
doing it-
game, and then you're
By doing that job, you're betting betting on yourself.
Yeah.
So if you're
Yeah.
just doubling down on yourself.
Do you remember when Janet
Betting
Gretzky was betting on hockey? Oh yeah, no, yeah, like there was all these bets going in on hockey from Janet fucking Gretzky. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure Wayner made those bets, but yeah, he was like, no, my wife did it.
on his own team.
No,
just-
there was like this. I forget the guy's name. There was another hockey player, and he was like in this like. What do you call it, like bookie ring or whatever, and when they got all the shit, there was all these bets placed from Gretzky's wife,
Okay.
and I am assure you she doesn't watch sports probably,
Oh yeah.
unless it's her kids or her husband. So it just
Was she not an athlete herself?
she was an actress
Oh, that's right.
for a week or something. Yeah, she stopped once they got married. I think they still call her an actress, and that's what the funny part is. She hasn't acted since she told Wayne she loved him. I don't know. I'm just
So I don't
kidding.
have to do anything anymore? No. Okay.
Yeah,
She was
it's
in at least one of the police academies.
yeah. That's about it.
That's all I have.
What was OJ in? Oh, Naked Gun. Wasn't he Naked Gun 33
Yeah.
and a third or whatever?
Yeah.
He was in that. He didn't.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Like Nicole Brown was still alive.
Yeah.
By the time 33 and a third came out. Okay.
Yeah, he was just
Yeah, so
plotting it
now
at that point.
Kale, what's the
Shopping for isotoners and shit.
Capricorn movie that he's in?
Capricorn 1.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That movie's fucking
That's a great
awesome.
movie, yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
probably
what's
real.
What's that about?
Like they fake going to Mars, and like them. He's one of the astronauts and like two other guys, and I forget what happens. Like they just crash in the desert or something, or they're not in on it, but they like find out and then they
show it live. Like
it's
people
like
see
it's kind of just them running from the government, and the government's trying to kill them.
People see like their craft explode or something stupid like that, so they they can't have them come back, and it's cool. They put them in like a room, and then they all figure out like, oh fuck, they're not gonna let us live, and then they all try to take off separately. It's probably a true story.
Probably.
Probably.
It's like, I don't know, 80s movie.
Yeah, it's probably 100% a true story. No, I think it is, because if you look at, they'll even show you the escape route they have for the shuttles. They have like these like shafts you can jump down. I don't even want to say this, but I'm pretty sure they did it with the Challenger. But nothing. I'm not here to promote conspiracies. I just have questions and thoughts.
Not exactly what you're here to do. You're a conspiracy guy, aren't you?
Well, like I said about the Challenger earlier. The Challenger to me might have been the biggest fucking brain fuck there was on people. You know, like my feelings were beyond hurt when that space. I don't fucking know. I don't remember anyone else on the ship but that teacher.
Oh, and
that was it. Like
I just actually read about that like 2 years ago.
That was fucked up for me as a kid.
90s?
That was 80s, 86, 86.
It is weird that they have the audio sample in the beginning of the Beyonce song. Have you ever heard that? Beyonce song is.
Why have you?
Yeah, it's the one Beyonce song I have.
I love the Queen Bee.
I can play it right now. But yeah, it's just the like the radio control guy saying that we've had a malfunction or whatever. Right after it blows up, the guy that's talking.
The worst part is like throttle up, and then it's like right after that.
Yeah, it's like a love song too. Like it's not really a love song, but like all of her songs.
I find it pretty strange, like just that it was. They don't show any of this shit, right? But because it was a school teacher, it was like a reality show for like a year.
Wasn't there another civilian on there? Wasn't there two?
No.
Like, they won like contests. There was a teacher and.
There was like a backup teacher. But yeah. And there's actually footage of him watching, like he was the guy who, in case she couldn't go, so like you can actually watch this shit explode and him watching it, and he just
substitute teachers.
He was like,
like the ultimate substitute teacher. Yeah, really.
Yeah. The understudy.
But I mean it.
He comes in, all the other astronauts give him fake names.
And just randomly, again, I'm not saying it's true or not. I'm just joking around, but. There happens to be like, I think there was like maybe 6-7 people in that crew, and people claim they're still alive now and have pretty prominent jobs. Well, they can tell you whatever they want, They found Hitler's too.
You're not gonna crack.
I wouldn't imagine there would be bodies left.
They found Hitler's body. Who knows? Meanwhile, they all were in cahoots with Hitler. It's the best part, but I'm telling you, there was something fishy about that, and it appears like maybe I don't buy into NASA at all. So,
what do you think actually happened?
A Nazi was running.
I think they just faked the whole thing. They got everyone
From what point?
Well, they didn't die.
They didn't die.
Yeah.
There was a rocket that took off though.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. But I don't think they were.
How long did von Braun or whatever run NASA?
I don't know.
Was he running it then?
I don't think so.
Because he was a Nazi.
Oh yeah, well, 15,000 of them were Nazis.
Yeah.
That were in NASA.
The space.
But, I'm sure that has something to do with bad shit. I just think I just don't buy anything. Like
I did read in the article that I read that one of the bodies, when they were pulling them out of wherever they found the wreckage, that like they were pulling them out and he like got taken away by the current. They found him like a week later.
Oh.
From the Challenger?
Yeah.
They said that they were alive. They said they were alive, so they say.
When they hit the water?
Yeah, for a while.
Really?
Like they said they were alive for a bit. Like they weren't dead.
I don't think they would have been.
Yeah.
I don't think there would have been anything left in them.
I would rather.
Dude, that was the joke.
The body's pretty intact.
That's weird.
That was the joke when I was a kid, and I was like, 86, so I was 8 years old when I watched that go down, and the big joke was like, where did I can't even think of her name now. I should know this. Christy McAuliffe. Where did she go for vacation? It was like all over Florida. It was such a bad joke. But like that shit, seriously, like I didn't want to go back to school.
Really?
No, that was like because
how old were you?
I was 8.
8.
So like every day for a fucking year, this chick was on TV.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I knew what her husband ate. I knew like what
you
her.
just recalled her name, and like that's such a random.
Oh, I'm
name,
telling you, it was fucked up, and it like. I just think it was a big like fuck you, almost like Bambi, you know. Go ahead, let your kid watch Bambi and see how that works out.
I don't.
All the Disney movies are about like losing a significant
Disney
person.
Book, and I've never ever pulled that book off the shelf to read it. Seamus. It's still sitting on his shelf, but I've
There's
never
a few.
actually.
Like Dumbo, fucking Pinocchio.
Yeah, Dumbo's sad
fuck them
too.
all. They're all the saddest fucking stories ever.
They are.
Man. Like yeah, they're all about losing something important, and that's like, to me, that's like, what you're just preparing us for that? Fuck you, Disney.
Yeah, but in Little Mermaid, she gained legs.
She did,
But
and
then
that.
almost
Well, she
lost
lost
her
her fam.
But also, the priest had a boner, so
crabs.
what is it? You can't. It's neither here nor there.
What did happen at the end of Little Mermaid? Did
I
you
don't remember.
She marries
Oh yeah, the prince.
Prince
guy.
Eric
Of course, the
with
prince.
like her father's blessing, and like he like swoops up, like he has the wave like swoop him up, and they all know that they're mermaids, and it's cool, and like, oh, it's my dad.
So your kids watch that movie?
Yeah.
Beaches
Your
himself
kids seen
in the
that
water.
movie?
No, because
He's in a tux.
They just
He
get
doesn't
wasted at
care
the wedding and they
about
just
the Little
found
Mermaid.
dead and stuff.
we watched like
All
Finding
dried
Nemo. Oh, and he lost his
fish.
mom.
They all were like this.
Yeah, yeah, and
Like-
yeah.
I'm telling you, if I could go back in time, I would not have gone. I would never seen fucking Bambi. None of those Disney movies.
Bambi's is really sad.
You're way
though.
too young
Bambi's
to get
really
fucking
sad.
rocked with that type of emotion, man.
You know what? Maybe my mom was sheltering me from that because my brother saw it in the theaters,
Yeah.
and I've never she never put it on.
Yeah, she
It just never came up.
traumatized.
Dude, I didn't want to have
Sorry,
my
brother,
popcorn
I've
or
I've
my
never
fucking
seen the movie either,
chocolate.
but I remember the book. I remember my mom read me the book. Like,
Well, my mom.
thanks, Mom.
My mom babysat
Yeah.
for years, so there was even like more time. Like after I had grown
She
into a
knew.
teenager.
She probably saw it, and she was like, "Nope."
Those kids never watched it here. I've never seen Bambi.
But you have seen other.
Yeah, watch it. You'll
Disney
tear
movies,
up like a
right?
bitch right now, dude. It's that. You ever seen the movie?
Like The Lion King.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sad.
Old
And then
Yeller,
They
I saw
all
when I
are.
was a kid.
yeah,
They
that's
all are.
sad.
I've never even owned a dog before, and that hit me hard.
They're all here just to prepare you for bullshit. I don't know.
But
Yeah,
it's
but
life.
okay.
It's life, though. It's part of.
I'd rather go
So they
see
don't make
Goonies.
sad movies like Disney's movies aren't that sad anymore. Like there's Toy Story, but eventually they find each other and they're all friends and
Yeah.
it's cool. But maybe that's why.
Yeah, I wonder why it was just
offended all the time.
my life was fucking plagued by Disney's horrible movies. Some of them were great, but
It just prepared you.
I think
now
all of
you're a
them-
little bit tougher. You're not offended.
no,
by
I
everyday
disagree. I think I think it messed me up. I'm telling you, like I just said, like I remember sitting there and I had all these goodies. Like my mom bought me all this shit. I don't remember. Like I had some wine gums, some popcorn, probably some Kit Kats or some shit. And I remember like it was like Bambi got shot or his mom or whatever.
I'll put the,
Things.
It was-
his mom. Baby's
violent
mom.
It was-
in place of
It was. I didn't want to eat my shit. I was just like.
I don't. mean
It
to
wasn't.
laugh,
It
that's
wasn't
super
cool.
sad.
By the way, did you guys ever see the version with Ray Lewis? That joke from SNL. They had a cartoon with Ray Lewis, the football player, and it was like Bambi, and it was like you hear the gunshot. He's like, I didn't see nothing, and he like takes off. So funny. He's on the you seen it when he's like, I didn't kill no motherfucking lion.
So,
So
Kale, have
funny.
you seen Bambi?
Yeah. I don't know when I was a kid.
That was a super confident yeah.
Yeah.
Should watch it.
When I was a kid, yeah.
So, and
Not
Brigham,
recently.
you've seen it, Tiff, you've seen it?
Yeah.
I've read the book.
Okay, so
Well,
can we just ruin it for me right now? So what happens? Bambi's mother gets shot?
Yes, by the hunter.
all I
Yeah.
remember.
And like he's just
thought she
a
fell
little
through ice or something.
fawn.
That's
all I
No,
remember.
she gets
That's
shot
even worse.
by the hunter, and then there's like Bambi's dad, and he's like Bambi
Oh.
takes off. Does
Yeah.
Bambi's dad's there in the beginning and then
I don't
They
remember.
have human voices,
at the end?
or are they just deers?
No, they have human voices. Well, even
Silent
in
film.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of like
At the end,
Mother Bambi speech? As she's
no,
dying?
at the end, like Bambi's
Chopper
dad
style.
is like up on the mountain and there's a fire, and then they all have to run. And it's more the humans. The humans started the fire again. There's those
Well,
humans.
I might want to watch this just to have a good
Never-ending
time.
story too.
Do it. The next time you're feeling a little bit emotional,
This
get it
Sunday,
out.
This Sunday. Just
That horse, the horse scene, the horse and
have some me time. You know?
the horse and Never-ending Story
Come
was
over on Sunday.
the worst.
Just having a moment.
Door,
You go up to the door, you just hear sobbing.
Shutting my phone off.
Just hear sobbing as they get close to it.
You remember that shit? The horse and Never-ending Story,
Yeah.
like that.
That?
Yeah.
No.
I can't watch that
Oh
now.
my God,
Yeah, I think
no,
we have.
that one.
I can't watch that now.
I can't watch that either. I cannot
No.
watch
Yeah.
that Treyu.
Yeah.
Treyu and the oh my god, no,
No,
I can't watch
that's
that.
messed up,
That
man.
is probably that I would cry right now if I watched that movie.
I would too.
That was heavy. Like,
That one was-
I don't know how old I was, but must have been 4 or 5 when that came out.
Yeah, I'm probably like
Pretty
6 or
young,
7.
yeah. Yeah, that shit.
And
that
I've
shit
watched
was
it a few
whack.
times and I cry. I like I'll fast forward that part. after
No,
I watch it.
I do that a lot with a lot of different
I've
things.
So
yeah.
he's
I
so
have to
like
watch-
he's fighting so hard to
Yeah.
save that horse, and he's oh
Stop!
I have to
Stop!
watch that. I gotta watch that again.
oh my god,
That's a dark fucking movie.
it is. That's good. You know what? Just Labyrinth too. That was my
Yeah, Labyrinth is
favorite
great.
80s movie. Yeah,
Yep.
right. Some
Fucking
David
A,
Bowie
that was
action.
My first Jennifer Connelly.
Favorite.
Where did you see it? Where did you guys see it first?
My
Really?
cousin.
First choice, Channel 22.
I'll tell you what, man. When I was in grade 3, we watched it in the library. And to this day, I'm like,
Cool.
wow, we had a cool librarian.
That's cool.
Like,
That's definitely
who
cool.
else would do that, right? Like, yeah, it was
My
pretty
older
sweet.
cousin had it. Like she had made her mom buy it, and then I watched it with her. That's the first time I watched it. Oh my god, love that movie.
It still holds up, kind of.
Yo, yeah, I could totally watch that movie right now.
The music. Do you want to just put this down and just go watch Labyrinth?
I totally do. I'm into it. I'm totally into it.
Hell.
No thanks.
Can we watch?
on.
Can we watch Heart Beeps?
All right, so the three of us will go upstairs.
Watch it at the same time.
Yeah, we'll keep podcasting.
Yeah.
The rest of the show is
Yeah.
just you commenting on the sounds that you hear.
That sounds like
Or you
something.
can just read
Have
Porn
fun up
MD.
there.
Sounds like the most fun I've ever had.
Yes. Yeah, just porn MD.
Why didn't I just agree to watch it? Down
I
here.
have to stick to this.
Everyone else is having making all these inside jokes up there. Losing out.
I know there's a break coming up, but if we're on this topic of possibly things that are there to fuck with your head, I'm just gonna randomly throw out 9/11.
Oh,
Just
I knew it was
randomly.
coming. I knew. I'm like, if we keep, this is where this is going.
Hold on.
And I don't want to say. I just want to say that it's like the most
I agree.
disturbing thing,
Like
you
it's
know?
Those are
Said.
two conflicting thoughts that you just said. You said, I know we're coming up on a break.
Yeah.
But nine.
Everybody,
Yes, you have 45
Yeah.
seconds. Go.
Yeah, wrap it up.
I meant to say I have to pee.
Bundle this topic up.
But
into-
them twin
into a
towers in that
I
plane
was
that
just
didn't hit the
talking to a kid at
Pentagon.
work. He is 23. So, like, to him, 9/11 was like nothing. That's in
Nothing,
your
eh?
history books.
So we are getting into this?
Yeah, but when I was telling
I've got to pee.
too bad, hold it. When I was telling him about it, I'm like, everybody my age knows where you were when that happened. You know when you
Fuck
saw it,
yeah.
you know what it looked like. And he's like, wow, that must have been so cool. I'm like,
No.
it was terrifying. And he's like,
I thought planes were gonna fucking land
yeah,
on me
he's
that
like,
day.
no, like a lot of people died, and he's like, well, like I've never had anything like that big happen in my generation.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, hopefully it doesn't. Like,
Yeah, no, that was a fucked up day, man. That's for sure.
Well,
I saw, like, my mom woke me up for what was going on, and I walked in all groggy to the TV room, and I
Saw the
watched
second plane.
Yes,
Yeah.
me too.
Same here. Yeah.
my TV was my alarm clock, and it got me up. I was getting ready for school because I was taking that welding class, and the TV was on, and I thought it was a movie. And then I watched the second plane hit, and I was changing the channels on every channel. I'm like, what the fuck is
same movies on every
happening?
channel.
Remember George Bush's quote? He was like, "I saw that on TV. I thought, wow, what a terrible pilot." You remember he said that?
God, I do not
Oh yeah.
remember
It's
that.
like he said something like, "I saw
He
the
said
first
something about
plane
the
hit.
first plane, yeah.
What a terrible pilot."
Which there's no way he could have.
Can I say your Bush is Spot on. That was a good.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Well, I heard actually you'll appreciate this. I was watching. And I know you don't like James Corden, but
I just don't.
he had Green Day on, and he was asking Green. He basically said like "American Idiot" was written about Bush, and he was like, "So what would you name the album if it was about Trump?" You know, and I forget what Billy said, something like "The Day After" or something like that. He was like, "We're just as in shock as everyone else," he said, but. I thought you would appreciate that.
Right. And I can't believe that you're more disappointed in Billy Joe for standing up against Trump.
I'm not disappointed. I don't really care. I just think
like, oh, why's he got to do that?
Yeah, because
it to you why he's got to do that.
Yeah, but I think at the same time, like, he's wrong too. Like, I don't think, like, he's talking about racism and shit like that, and I don't see it as that. I really don't. Maybe I'm crazy.
Into this?
No. Break soon. No. Racism. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Hey, racism. Gotta pee. Gotta go.
45 seconds.
All right. Well, okay. So let me just say this before we go to break. Brigham, hold on. You're not done. Welcome to Basement Place, everybody. My name is Steve. My co-host, Kale. Hi, Kale. That's you.
One night I'm gonna be here, but I'm just never gonna say anything. So, yeah, so no one will believe you that I'm here.
No, that's when we just start slapping you in the face. Like, listen, everybody, this is Kale's face.
Just rubbing me on the mic.
And as always, on the big comfy couch, we have our fidgety gentleman, unpaid regular Brigham Shearon.
What's up?
Briggs, hello.
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 How do you feel about
hello.
9/11 and Trump?
And racism.
And for the first time...
I'll just say I like one and not the other.
And for the first time ever, our dear friend and second female on the show.
Oh, you call me a dear friend. I love you.
Really? Why are you so sexist, man?
Are you not a dear friend?
I am.
We don't have much equality.
Well, we're going to talk about this.
Zero equality.
We're going to get to the bottom of this.
This is a very privileged podcast.
Here.
Woo! Tiff's here.
Hi, Tiff.
Hi, Steve.
How do you feel as the first female of the second season?
Ooh, very excited. Very
Second
excited.
Female, technically the second female.
Totally flattered. I was super flattered when you texted me and asked me to be on.
Thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me.
So what we've been having a lot lately, as anyone might notice, is a lot of dudes down here.
Yeah.
It's a boys game, and we don't want it to be. It's just we hardly know any girls.
Any cool girls.
Right. So I asked you, and then here you are.
Thank you. Glad you asked.
Thank you for being here.
Of course.
So you're gonna try to chime in with your female perspective.
I am.
When we talk about things like
9/11.
9/11. All right. So now here we all are, Basement Place, Monday night, 5 to 9. We're gonna take a break so Brigham can finally pee, and then we will
We'll be back after the commercials for survival equipment.
Right.
Yeah. Water
Like
filters.
Alex Jones.
Go Trump.
Ew.
Whoa. You said it. I didn't.
Yep.
Remember the parties that you would have
Yep.
at your house?
Yes.
Kel, you were a member of those parties, weren't you?
Sometimes, yeah. You know that.
Parties in my small, tiny kitchen.
How many parties did you say
It'd always mostly be in the kitchen, too.
you had?
I don't know. A lot.
Yeah,
At least 20 parties.
at least 20.
20. I'd say about 20.
Yeah.
Where'd you live?
On name. I'm living back in that house.
Really?
Yes. I want to have a party this summer.
Oh, shit.
Like a big party.
In the kitchen?
Yes, in the kitchen.
Just in the kitchen. Okay.
I'm not allowed to come because I'll wear my Make America Great hat again and shit. I'm kidding. I don't have one. I don't have a hat.
Do you remember the one? I don't know if you remember this at all, but the one I went to, and I was probably there an hour, and I think a bunch of us were in the backyard at one point, or I just ventured out into the backyard by myself, and I just began just puking all over the place.
I remember when you puked a bunch.
All over the place.
Yes.
And
Wasn't it you just left?
Yeah.
You just went
okay,
home.
So you were there?
Yeah.
So I was, and I think it was all.
Steve just disappeared.
It was nothing but liquid just all over your tree. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It probably grew a little bit.
That's okay. I think we actually cut that down that tree recently.
Yeah. I just remember being keeled over on the ground for some time, just like.
Was that the Halloween party?
No, I wasn't dressed up. It was just, it was in the summer because I walked home.
Yeah.
It was a comfortable walk.
Yeah.
But I told nobody. I don't know.
I remember that.
I don't think you had a gate, so I might have even just hopped
I had a gate. Not like a wood gate
I
though,
couldn't
like
find
a
it.
chain link.
Just gave up. He gave up quickly.
I walked home. I said nothing to anybody.
I remember when you took off.
You Georged.
But I was only
George would
there
always leave.
for maybe an hour. Like the party had just started, and I don't know what happened. Beer bonging, I don't know. More, who knows? But I was fucking out there, and I can't believe that I had probably had half an hour to a 40-minute walk home.
Yeah. Oh, easily.
And I can't believe I did not get stopped at all by any cop.
I've had so many of those.
You probably took all side roads. Like you probably just.
I cut through.
Did straight down Meldrum.
McDonald Park. I cut through.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you definitely went down like.
Whoa, that's
that
a very
tunnel.
dark park at night.
And then I went.
Oh
around,
yeah.
Yeah, I went around to Adstall, all the way down to Rivard, and then down to Ferndale.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And I did. I was so wasted. And just in my mind's eye.
I would have passed out at McDonald Park in the middle somewhere. And no one would ever find you there at night. Like, you're just in McDonald Park.
Just slept?
I would have probably fell and just took a nap, yeah.
No, I had to get home.
I remember when he used to
was on
puke all the time.
All the time?
I remember when you were gone. And
more
I
than
remember,
once.
like, everybody, like, where did Steve
Usually
go?
when you
And
were
somebody
there,
had
we were
last seen you
partying
puke.
They always
outside,
made it
and
out like
were
you did
just-
all the time. Sorry.
You were just gone.
Yeah.
You were just. I don't remember who it was. I noticed that you were missing, but somebody's like, "No, he's out back puking," and then no, you weren't back there.
And this was before cell phones, so I couldn't just text.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that was
"All right,
back
bye."
pagers. Those when pagers were a thing.
PC mode.
I'm going home. Sorry, I'm puking a lot. Bye. But there was another party that we went to in Colchester.
Oh, that was at Ashley's aunt's house.
That was another time
Justin's
you died.
house.
And I
Yeah.
didn't know him at the time.
Yeah, that was when Drew lost his virginity in the back of my car.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because I
Okay.
remember him asking if he could sleep with. I'm like, he's like, Tiff, I'm gonna lose my virginity, and I was like, yeah, okay, go ahead. I'm not gonna
Here's
say
the
no.
keys.
Yeah, I was like, who am I to stand in your way?
Keys and some
We're
condoms.
done.
Yeah.
Everything in the wash.
Yep, that was my red shadow. Yep.
Okay.
Not a lot of room, not a lot of
So
room
I
back there.
didn't know Justin at the time. I think we might have been when. I don't
Yeah,
know,
no.
we used to
No,
party a lot
yeah,
at
yeah, yeah.
Pickle.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. He came to California with us, so he might have even told me then. Like, yeah, I was that kid. Like,
Yeah.
I remember you.
Yeah, because Ashley was house sitting.
You wrecked my house.
But me and Kim.
You broke my television.
It wasn't long that it didn't feel long that
You shit on the coats.
Yeah.
And
know if you're
before I knew it,
drinking
I was on
liquor
the
or
front porch. just- oh my god.
Yeah, you were just in a, I don't know,
You were definitely a puker.
semi-coma.
Have you ever done it where you just like didn't even know you were gonna puke? Like kind of just went to the bathroom and you're like, "Bleh," and then just came out and kept drinking, and no one ever knew. I've done that a few times. I can't do it now. I'm too old.
At Chubby Pickle, it would always be like if we go out back to smoke a joint, that would get it going. Like, 'cause
Oh,
we're
yeah.
already drinking the Chubbies.
Oh, yeah.
The Chubby.
Oh, the
drinking
Chubby Pickle.
Drinking
What a
the
fun
Chubbies.
place.
And then we smoke a joint either upstairs or out back, and all of a sudden the
pukes come.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we go back to the bar and just like, oh, I gotta go.
Yeah, I contributed to a lot of people's barfing. Then I'm like, just smoke a joint with that. No, I've never done it. It's fine. The next thing you know, they're just like Todd drove this chick home one night, and just the whole ride, just like, and it was because of the weed. I get it.
It's always the weed. The weed gives you the spits.
Yeah,
That's over from there.
Yep. You got to be a veteran of weed before you can.
Yeah, you can't just dive in.
And that's what happened when I puked on my floor a couple of years ago. Tequila shots. I think it was band practice. Tequila shots. Everyone went home. I'm sitting watching TV. I'm like, you know what? One more joint. So I come down here by myself, and I go back upstairs, and I'm watching TV, and all of a sudden I'm just getting the
For release.
And it was too late.
When the spins come, it's always too late.
Well, all those stairs to get to the bathroom, right? So I just figured that I just fell to I'm watching TV, fell off the couch onto my knees, and just like fell to the side like that, just to start puking on the hardwood.
That's so dramatic.
And just like my I was ear down, I was laying down on the ground, just puking like this.
It's like you didn't choke on it.
I know, because I woke up, I don't know how much longer later, just
still
laying.
there.
Oh
my
wake
God!
Up to this impressive geyser of this huge lake of puke.
Oh God!
Oh, that's awful.
It was all stringy and everything.
Ew.
I'll edit that part out.
I think I told you when back in the day of the 50-cent drafts. I went home one night and I woke up the next morning. I'm like, I swear I puked. I know I puked. I'm like, no, I didn't. Everything's great. I walk in my room, my drawer is open, puke in it. It's so fucked up.
I once, Ashley, on her birthday, was super drunk, and I was like, just puke, man. Like, you just gotta puke. You'll feel better. And she's like, no. And I'm like, just stick your finger down your throat. Puke. You'll feel better. She's sitting out my back door. She's fish hooking herself. Going, I'm like, no, down your throat. You know how good of a friend I am? I stuck my finger down that girl's throat, and she puked, and then we kept partying. Yeah, I'm a good friend. She's like, she's like, my stomach's so bad.
I gotta ask though, did you pull out in time?
I did.
Okay.
I did. My pullout game is strong.
All I can picture is like 21 Jump Street when they're trying to make each other puke.
Yeah, I'm that good of a friend.
Now, Brigham, when you're puking into your drawers, are you sleep puking?
Sounds like something else.
I don't know, man.
Shit, I gotta go somewhere.
Listen, it was 50-cent drafts, right?
Drunk, yeah.
And I remember the thing was like you have $20. Yeah, the Canada. Yeah, it's like $20. Just
That
give me a whole tray full of beers.
The 2 weeks they had that ruined so many lives.
So when I woke up, I thought I puked, and then I was like, "Oh, this is great." I didn't.
Yeah.
And then when I went in my room, that's when I found the drawer open with vomit.
Remember.
Oh, no clue, zero.
So it could be sleep puking.
Could have been.
Never heard of
Effectively,
sleep puking.
You know, people die from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they
like,
sleep
that's
on
what
their
I say,
back,
like,
yeah.
That was always my
Isn't that
mom's
what Jimi
rule. Like when
Hendrix
I would
died
have the
from?
parties, nobody goes home.
And sleep on your stomach.
Everybody sleeps on their
Isn't that what
stomach.
his manager told him?
And I don't.
Was that really a rule?
That was a
podcast
rule.
to
Nobody
see that
leaves in a drunk, like with a drunk driver. Everybody has to sleep on their stomach, and I don't want to see any footprints on the hardwood. Those were the 3 rules of having parties at my house. Yeah.
Sleep on your stomach.
Yeah. My mom, she'd be like, make sure you put anybody that
And put the toilet seat down.
Me, Tiff, okay? Because like they could throw up and choke, and I don't want anybody to die.
That's a thing, no. Yeah, I didn't know
My
that.
mom's sweet like that.
That's super caring.
Yeah,
My buddy's
absolutely.
dad almost died
Party,
like
trash
that.
house. It's cool. Just don't die.
Sleep on your stomach. You can party at my house all you want. Just promise me that you'll sleep on your stomach.
Yep. No drunk drivers.
Now, there's a few. Oh, and then the main story that we usually tell.
I think we've told this story on the podcast before.
Yeah,
if
we
you're
have.
going where I think.
But our destination was your party.
Ooh. Oh yes.
It was me.
That
Cal.
wasn't that prom night? Wasn't that my prom night? Or was that Halloween?
I don't know.
I don't know. Did you make it to the party? Didn't you
Most
guys?
of us did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. That's right, Tom.
No, three quarters. George was there. George was there too.
George, oh my God.
Yeah, George was there too.
George listens to the show. George, I'm sorry.
Oh my God, I miss George.
I'm sorry.
He's the Matt of the story.
Don't let him try to choke you out. He almost killed me actually around
forgot
Christmas.
that
I don't
Matt
think
was
George
there.
has ever tried to choke me out.
Yeah, he never did to me either, but when he did, it almost killed me.
I miss George. George, I miss you.
I'm sorry, George.
Kid's a machine.
Get up, baby. I didn't mean it. Yeah, so we're almost there too. We're not that far.
Yeah, we're in
No,
front of
you
the
were at like
hospital.
Walker and Tecumseh.
Yeah, but we're just from
Weren't you?
Kildare, yeah.
Because it was
Oh
right
yeah,
out front of the
yeah.
hospital. That's
Yeah,
like
Kildare and Tecumseh.
right there.
Yep.
And we get Brigham. Do you know the story?
I don't think
When we
so.
got into that violent car accident,
No.
broke Tom's neck. He was spent the night in the hospital.
Oh
Are you
my
serious?
God, that's right.
Yeah,
I
I-
totally
He seriously
forgot
broke
about
his
that.
neck?
This is kind of a.
No,
No, but he
No.
spent the night.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay, so
He pretended he did.
He's trying to get perks or some shit.
so we're at the stoplight at Kildare and Tecumseh, right in front of the hospital.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this car bumps us like that. Maybe like that.
It was a decent kind of like whack. Like at the front of the.
Oh, he's
front of
trying to
there's
have
a neon.
whiplash or what?
There's a neon that rear ended his mom's station wagon. And
Thought he
the
was
front of the
making money?
I
neon.
didn't remember that.
The front of the neon had like the hood, the front hood, and like the front lights were kind of like crushed down. Like it did hit a decent
They
amount.
actually got damaged?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it didn't. I think it like cracked his license plate or something. That was it. Because the back, I don't know, just the way it went underneath the back bumper, it didn't do any damage to Tom's car.
But okay, so
Just scratches
there
or
was no damage to Tom's car
No.
whatsoever. So we get bumped a little bit. Me and George are in the back seat. You're in the front seat.
Yeah.
You're riding shotgun.
Yeah.
Tom gets hit.
It was enough that like my head went back too.
Tom
but-
gets hit, exclaims, "What the fuck?" Rips off his seatbelt, opens the door, rips himself out of the car, walks over to see what there is any damage, goes back in the car, and over that period of time that he sits back down, all of a sudden he's got a neck injury. So he starts playing this game where he just like his head right up against.
Which is, it's possible, but, you know. I get what you're saying.
Well, I don't want to spoil it. So Tom is sitting there like this.
I'm just picturing Tom faking a neck injury now. Oh my God.
Dude, it gets better. Not wanting to move his neck at all. Just his headrest. I'm in the back seat. I want to get to Tiff's party, damn it, because Tiff parties are fun. Sometimes I leave an hour.
We're almost
after I
there.
Show up. Yeah. So we just want to go. So like, Tom, can you just exchange information and we can be on our way? He's like, no, I need an ambulance.
I forgot the part when like the cops weren't coming.
Yeah.
Or have you not got to that part yet?
Well, I took Tom's phone because this is
Yeah, 'cause we were waiting
Tom
for,
was
like,
the only one with the phone.
20 minutes
The four of us.
for people to come, like, you know, ambulance and police or whatever.
Yeah, we called the-
because Tom had to make a big deal of it.
Yeah. We have theories about this. Tom wants to get rich quick. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, my neck.
So
But yeah, you called.
I called for either a cop car or an ambulance. And mind you, we're right the fuck in front of the hospital. Right
Yeah.
in front of the hospital. So it took them a bit. I don't know if it was 20 minutes. It felt like 20 minutes.
They were probably like, F these guys.
Maybe it
They're
was
like,
10 minutes.
I remember we saw like a cop drive by while we were waiting too, and it wasn't for us. Like, it was, like he didn't have lights on or nothing.
I was just trying to follow it with his eyes.
Didn't have lights on or anything, but it was like at the stoplight, and the light changed, and it just carried on, and we were just like, okay, we thought that was for us.
Yeah, he looks at me just like that, just saying nothing.
Yeah,
So
not getting involved with that shit.
So it took however long it took, and finally I got pissed off because I really wanted to get to this party.
yeah.
So I finally called back and said, "Hi, we're at Kildare and Tecumseh. There's been a violent car accident." But the first time I just called, I said, "There's been a car accident."
Yeah.
But the second time, I'm like, "There's been a violent car accident. We really need an ambulance here right now."
Yeah, he did say violent car. We've just been in a violent car accident.
I'm like, "Please, we need
Just trying to get some
right now." I hung up and then I just tossed the phone back to Tom.
He needs to be at hospital.
We're gonna get to that party, Cam.
Tom was all pissed too that you said that. He's
Oh
like,
my
"We're
God,
in
I love
trouble."
it.
We're gonna get to that party. So the cops come first, I believe. Then the ambulance rolls up. So the cops tells us to all get out of the car. We're all standing on the side. And the poor woman who bumped.
Oh my
Tom's
God,
car
she's
at
probably like,
maybe
what the hell?
for an hour.
She had damage to her car, but she already had that problem too, you know.
Right. So
That was enough punishment.
we're all standing there, and we're watching them just use. Looks like they're getting him out with a jaws of life. That's how careful they're. There's like two guys helping him out of the seat, and like he was stiff back like this, and then easing down into the gurney, like this.
Oh man.
This really this hurts my stomach.
We need a bearded mannequin to play this role.
Tiff, hold my feet.
Reverse planking.
So he's laying down there. Thank you, Kale. Kale with the head, Tiff with the feet.
Oh,
So
it's
he's
too funny.
laying there like this, and they're strapping him in. You guys don't have to. They're strapping him in. It feels like it takes 10 minutes alone to just strap him into it. He's still on the road. They haven't put him. They have to put him
blocking off 2 or 3 lanes or
So
whatever.
this is 5 to 7 minutes alone getting him out of the car. Maybe that was a Pantera pun.
Yeah.
Talking about Tom, 5 minutes alone. And then 10 minutes to strap him into the gurney, and then carefully lift it up into the ambulance. Oh my God. Closes it up, and they gotta probably strap him into the ambulance now. So that took another few minutes. All
Takes a right
To go around a
turn, a right turn, then a left turn into the
Not
hospital.
even.
minute and a half.
Yeah, easily. It's like 40 seconds.
Minute and a half.
It's literally like a
It's pretty much just
left turn, right turn, and you're done.
it's pretty much just through the parking lot of the
Yeah,
hospital.
exactly.
Yeah, straight
Yeah.
out of a Simpson scene.
Yeah.
Like it just takes so long to do this, and like right there. So they tell us that we're gonna take the car to not the impound.
Tow it, I don't know. Whatever they did with it.
They're gonna bring it somewhere. You guys just wherever you're going, just run along. Go. And then before
You're
we
on your
left, I
own.
said, "Well, we have something in the trunk. Can we?"
I think we even
We have
said like
something.
we
Can
had
we
drinks
get?
in
Can
it.
we get what's in the trunk first? Like, yeah, go ahead. So he takes the keys. The cop has the keys, and he opens the trunk. Trunk opens up. Tom's got all kinds of shit in his trunk. All kinds of shit.
Just random shit. but
Yeah, just like.
I remember there was like a half bottle of wine that was like just somebody's, like his mom's or something. I
There's
don't
like
know.
blankets and pillows, and there's just all kinds of shit filled to the brim. And right on the top of everything are perfect display are 3
I'll
Colt
see.
45 bottles just there, and they let us take it.
Of course.
We're walking down Tecumseh Road.
That's allowed.
There's no reason why. Like
No,
We
yeah.
each take our bottle.
We were
and
of
just
age.
Walking down the street.
we were of age and everything.
Cops drink too, man. They get it.
Yeah, he's like, man, these poor suckers had to sit here
but
and watch this.
I would have been surprised if they're like, oh no.
It was a Saturday night.
And then they drink
Saturday
'em.
night, they knew where we were going.
So I remember we were all in cahoots that once we got to your house that we were gonna say we just got into maybe we even used violent stuff. We got into a violent car accident. Tom's in the hospital. Hey, how's everyone doing?
We made it though.
But we said it all chipper like too.
We dropped the dead
We
weight.
just got into a car accident. Tom's in the hospital, but hey, how's it going, man?
Oh my gosh.
And Tom showed up later on that
Yeah, that's right.
Dude,
in a neck brace.
oh, I knew it.
Oh,
I knew
yeah.
it. Oh gosh.
Missed the party in hopes that he would have a lawsuit on his hands.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe he had all those pillows and blankets because he was planning on sleeping over.
Oh.
Maybe that's like his party, like he packs up for parties.
Would he do that with you girls?
I used to always say everybody can sleep here.
Yeah.
People used to sleep in the tub and everything.
Yeah. And the grooming, I think. He
Definitely the
flowers
grooming.
in his beard and stuff like that.
Definitely the grooming.
Yeah.
I can't believe he showed up in a neck brace.
It happened.
So sitcom.
It happened.
And you fucking sad sacks are walking just fine down the street holding your heavy ass Colt 45 bottle.
Closer to the impact.
Yeah.
Behind Tom. I was his vibration cushion.
Shock absorber.
Yeah.
Rock absorption.
Shock
Were
Were
absorber.
you wearing a seatbelt?
Of course.
I got hit. I was with a few buddies once, and these guys were taking like Ritalin and shit, and they were driving, and we were on Walker under the expressway, and my buddy just drilled this dude from behind, and I didn't have my seatbelt on, and I fucking kiss the back, the head rest of a Volvo so fucking hard. Like, it was just blam. Like, and I remember just like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, I was fine, but that's why I'm like wondering how Tom had to be like. Because it was pretty brutal.
To be 100% honest, it was absolutely for a lawsuit.
Of course it was. Of course.
Absolutely.
We did not get hit that hard. It was just more like jarring, right? This is more of a jarring.
Surprising.
Decent. I remember-
Like, surprising.
Dude.
I didn't expect that.
I remember being surprised. 'Cause I remember I was gonna say I had my toque on and I couldn't find it after. Remember, and it was underneath the seat. So like somehow like when I got hit, I think my toque flew off and then it went like under George's feet or your feet, whoever was behind me.
Why was it the winter?
I don't know. I wore a toque a lot then.
Yeah.
It could have been anything. It could have been July.
You committed in the summer.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen those videos of people who like the people have dash cams and the people just try to like get hit?
Try to get there.
Yes.
That's fucking crazy.
That's why
They
all have
just
them in
like
Russia.
stop and then like
why
the car
everybody
comes and then they just
Crazy.
kind of like lay there.
Oh, pedestrian.
Yeah.
They jump in front and they like just.
Has
fake it.
Tom seen that? Because
Forgot
it's
that idea.
absurd.
Well, years before that, I think even before we met him in high school, he had this ongoing
Remember that.
pending lawsuit with Sears.
Oh
He
no.
got his wank jacket caught.
Is what?
Sounds like something.
jacket.
Sounds like something different.
I'm like,
Sorry, British people.
It's heavy metal.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
metal.
yeah. I
Metal.
get it now.
Patches and
That's not what I heard at first.
Yeah. This is the jacket that he wears when he jacks
Jacket.
off.
That's a condom. That's a
He only
condom.
wears.
whenever he jerks off.
He only wears that.
And he brought it to Sears because he was lazy.
Just that and socks and shoes.
But yeah, he got a button or something of his sleeve caught in the escalator one time.
Oh my
I think I
gosh.
heard.
He said he
heard
ripped
this.
his arm and ripped his arm out of his shoulder. So as we met him, he was still like pretty blood red mad
About Sears?
about Sears, yeah. And it was just ongoing for years. I think it lasted probably
I remember always just hearing about it, but it just sounded like one of those fictional things.
just white noise.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Whenever you hear about him complaining.
Yeah.
You just hear like Charlie Brown. Wah, wah, wah,
But I'm sure. I think it was still going.
That's crazy.
Well, out of high school, like for
Yeah.
5, 6.
Did it? Was it like was he okay?
Yeah, he's fine, but he just wanted to take Sears money while the good was
While it was
Well, they
still, there was still Sears money to be had.
back in the 90s when they had money.
Like Rat Race when Buddy puts that like wine glass down on the ground, tries to trip on it or whatever.
So, anybody here watch the Oscars?
Nope.
Yes, I didn't.
Yeah.
I did not.
I'll watch the Oscars for sure.
Nope.
Not even a little bit.
I heard it happened.
Guys, I repeatedly told you this was the Oscar special.
We had homework
watch
to
it?
do.
Were we supposed to watch this homework?
No, I was just kidding. I don't. I wouldn't anyway.
I would know how to get it. I don't have cable or anything.
I probably did nothing. Like I might have actually
Get
sat
on
in a
Twitter,
dark
bro.
room during it, but that's still cool.
My mom
You just
told
get
me that
live
they were
opinions
on, and I
about
said,
it.
sweet. And I just continued doing what I was doing.
Everyone just always tweets about
Yeah, my girlfriend like saw that shit. I don't.
Okay.
I don't pay attention to it, and I don't even really like most of the movies that win awards and stuff. Like I watch some of them, I'm like, whatever. Just gonna sue them.
Well, I'm very disappointed in all of us because this was the Oscar special.
Can you? Do you mind grabbing me a beer?
There
Your
you
Oscar.
go.
I can do that.
Thank you, sir.
I can do that. Well, I just had all this room to talk about the Oscars, and none of us know anything about it.
The award for the most joints rolled.
I heard Lorenzo Lamas was up for a few.
Lorenzo,
Is that true? Yeah, is he still relevant?
Jordan Peele won, didn't he?
Yeah, for Get Out. I do know that.
Yeah.
Tiff,
I was
That movie.
I was happy for him. About
I haven't
that.
seen
Okay,
it.
I
I'll
have
to see it.
a story to tell about that movie.
Show.
So, my friend Dexter from work, he went to go see it, and he was like, "Oh my god, it was so scary. It was terrifying, Tiff. Like, don't go watch it. It's terrifying." And I went to the movies to watch it, and I was like, There's nothing terrifying about this movie. But I have to tell you that my friend Dexter is black. And I'm like, no wonder that was terrifying for you.
Yeah.
I'm like, very different context for me. That movie wasn't terrifying at all.
Kale, have you seen this yet?
No.
Ah!
I
haven't
pretty
either.
much. Yes, I have actually.
I haven't.
I've been alive for since it came out, so I pretty much have seen it.
Okay, so maybe
I know
we
it.
can't talk too much about it, but
I was just...
I want to show y'all Get Out.
I know it. I know what happens and everything.
Oh, it's so good.
Have you seen Heartbeats?
You thought it was good?
You like it?
No, I was like, what? Like, when it got to the end, I was like, this is... Like, I wanted to walk out of that theater.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. I was like, this is not
the first
scary or...
No, but it's not really supposed to be scary.
But
It's
it wasn't even like the whole, I don't know, the whole
written by
context
a
of the movie
comedian.
is so out
I know
there
Steve
that
loves
like
it.
it just...
It's perfect. It's perfect allegory for what goes on.
I don't
I
think
wanna-
so.
I so badly wish you.
Is that the movie
don't-
you like
I don't
posted about and
agree.
said
I
it was
feel
so
like-
great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fucking
Okay.
good.
I was just curious.
I don't agree that really frames what really happens. I think that is...
Well, again, we can't really talk about it too much because I'm going to show you guys the movie.
And then we'll talk about it.
Yes.
You can have me back.
I have access
And
to
then
it.
Yes.
I'll come back.
Yes, you'll come back for the Get Out debate.
I will.
And then I'll tell
I
you
will.
to Get Out.
I'll bring my friend Dexter, and you guys can agree on all those topics
Yes.
because he's a black man, and that was terrible. He was like, "It was so scary," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, I get why you think that's terrifying, Dexter."
Absolutely. Fuck yeah. Ah.
Trying to win that.
I have no idea what the fuck you all are talking about. But it sounds like scary for Dexter and others. I don't know.
Brigham's our white nationalist representative.
Oh, get the
He
fuck.
covers that corner of the globe, of the flat globe.
No. All I know is there's one thing that works in this whole world, and not a surf said it. Always love.
How do you feel about the flat Earth, Tiff? Are we living on a cracker?
Okay, I've seen a couple of those videos pop up, and I can't even watch it because I can't even that's just so absurd. It's such an absurd theory.
Because you've been up in space and you
I
can see.
haven't. But I just think
Exactly.
it's absurd.
No one has. We're just taking someone's
like
word
the guy
for it.
with like the cup, and he's like, "I'm gonna prove it." Like, you're stupid. That is.
Oh,
Well,
they are
I
stupid.
don't know what you were watching,
The cup thing.
but
I didn't watch the whole thing because I couldn't. Like, I started watching. He was like, "I'm gonna show you how the Earth is flat." He was holding like a cup of water or something, and he had a ball in his hand, and I hit stop because I'm like, "What are you gonna
I was gonna
show
say, so
me?"
he takes a ball and puts water on it and spins it, and all the water flies off. So
Oh,
I think
okay.
they say that the ocean should just fly off into space.
I see.
They don't
I see.
realize that the Earth is,
Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
That's
but
where that
but
was
neither
going.
do
I'm
you.
like, what are you gonna show me with a cup and a stupid ball? I'm like, I don't believe anything you're saying anyway.
The problem
The realistic
is,
interpretation is like he takes it up and spins it real fast. So you
Okay.
watch it. But what you do, if you actually took a ball and soaked it in water and then turned it so that in 24 hours it made one turn, would all the water fly off?
I see.
You'd be turning it like.
But then there's gravity.
Yeah, it's
right?
a whole. It's also a whole different. It's a whole different.
Which
unit.
is also a myth.
You're in a whole different
Also a
atmosphere.
well, it is a theory. It's not like a law.
You know what though?
It is a
Everything
theory.
in science is a theory until you prove it.
Exactly. So like my whole
Legit
point
how
is
science
let's all just admit that we know fucking nothing. We're
agree.
all pissants and we know nothing.
agree.
But, yeah, but
And then it
as
doesn't
far as-
matter
yeah,
what
as far as-
whoever believes what,
but
because
as
it's
far
the
as
truth.
The flat Earth movement goes, there's not a goddamn reputable person on that side.
No.
It all seems to be the smarter people who know way more than us.
And have done like
who have
Because
been out there.
they listen to someone else, but none of
They've been
and,
people that have been out there.
and which one of them do you and I know that told us that?
you don't think that they've actually been up there? You don't think
I don't know. If they, like I said, if they did, they're not telling us anything. You know what I
Except
mean?
the Earth is round and not
You
flat.
know who started the Earth is Round? Universal Studios.
Why?
That's my
Okay,
question.
But if the Earth
think it started in the
technically
Good question.
was flat,
Was it
couldn't you like how thick is it? It's
Probably
like
not him, but
I don't
why
fucking
could you
know.
not? Like eventually
Okay,
you would find a corner.
Well, it was like Galileo.
Would you not?
Well, maybe there is. Like honestly, I don't know, and I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm just saying I'm done with believing anything I've been ever told. Because I like I've said this before on this podcast. One day I sat down because I had a lot of time on my hands, and I looked into every single thing that was important in my life, like everything that I remembered from like day one, and I started figuring out that everything was a fucking scam. Everything. Like it just
Like what? What's like your earliest thing that was important that was a
Bambi?
scam? Bambi.
I remember like when I was a kid, just like I don't know if you remember, but like Oliver North and Ronald Reagan and all this, and everyone thought Reagan was such a great president, but it turns out like all these people they're doing the same thing. They were selling arms for drugs. They were exonerating people. So like, not to get into the Trump thing, but who cares who the president is? They're all gonna be fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I think
There's
Obama
never gonna
was
be
a
a
great
good one.
president, though.
Well, he wasn't, but
nobody
that's what
would be.
people think.
But he was good.
He was-
comparatively, because nobody would be amazing at that job.
No, I don't think
and he
would be
wasn't
making the
either.
job either.
He
'cause I think at some point you're pissing somebody off.
You still gotta go kill people.
He appeared super charismatic and this and that and the other, but he did the same thing everyone else did.
I don't believe
what they
that.
always
I don't
do.
believe that. Obama and Trump are they are not even in the same ballpark as presidents.
You have to be if you're
Trump's not in
president.
any ballpark with
That's
him.
the first and foremost
You
thing.
don't really believe that.
No,
Of course I believe it.
Okay, I'm even talking as like a human perspective. Even just
Mm-hmm.
as a human being, Trump is a piece of shit. Like so we
Because
just
we've
had that
all had
massacre.
dinner with him. We all
We
know.
just had that massacre that
Open your
happened.
fucking eyes, though. Come on.
My eyes are open.
We just taking that school massacre as one point. The president spent a minute or two with each of the surviving people that got actually shot.
On his way to his vacation.
Yeah, Obama sat for hours speaking to the parents of the Sandy Hook massacre, and it should have ended there, but it didn't. But regardless, as people, as human beings, those people they are worlds apart. And if you think that they're doing the same job, that is absolute shit.
I'm not even going to comment on Obama and Sandy Hook. I'm going to leave that right there because that's some fucked up shit. But to say he's not charismatic, to me, we don't know that. All we do is regurgitate Trump.
We don't
What?
Watch him what? Watch him where? Where is he
Watch
right
him
now?
go,
Can I watch him right now? Is he on a
and
live
this
feed?
and
Is he on a live feed right now?
Yes,
I don't know what the
yes.
fuck he's doing. You guys know what he's doing. I don't care what he's
Like
doing.
to listen to that man speak, I'm just like,
Why do you even care?
oh my, because I can't. Honestly, it's like watching a fucking train wreck. You
So
can't
shut
help
it
yourself.
off.
I try to, and then I'm just like,
No,
you
I
know
get
what?
it. I watch cringe compilations
I'm
all
shocked
day.
on a regular
happening.
basis at how much of a moron that man is. Every time I think I can't be more shocked, I am. I'm like,
But
wow.
you don't think it's just put out there on purpose?
No, I don't. I think to some degree they're controlled by other powers, and every president has an agenda.
No, I don't think they have any agenda. I
But-
think they're told the agenda.
Absolutely, and that's fine. But as a human being and
purpose is
how you react to the world,
The thing is this.
The purpose is this.
Yeah.
People arguing about it and not paying attention to them passing passing laws that
That's exactly
you
my
can't sue the
point,
banks
man.
for
The
screwing
things
you
that
on
go out of
interest
Brigham's
loans.
mouth just like appall me. Just like, how do we know it? Just watch him. You're smarter than this. You're way
Dude,
too conspiratorial. about
every
this.
politician I've ever watched, I can tell you they've all done things that are
Okay,
offensive.
but
So
you
it doesn't
take-
matter.
You take a person
They're all
like-
fake and
you take-
bullshit.
Hold on, you take a person like Obama and you're like, oh no, he's a bad man. He's a bad president.
No, yeah, I don't think he was a good
Like
president.
Trump, you take someone like Trump and you're like, he's not that bad. Like,
I don't think
where's
so.
your fucking judgment, man? Like this, we're not even talking politics anymore.
We've had this conversation before. You were talking about this whole pussy grabbing thing and how blah 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 blah. But yet we sit here on a weekly basis and we all talk about destroying vaginas harder than we've ever heard Trump say. But we don't fucking figure out what we're doing
I think
ourselves.
as a
So why are we
female,
pointing?
that's a
One
different
guy's an
context.
honest fucking dude. So I don't find him to be racist, misogynist. He's a fucking
Okay.
normal
Then
person.
let's hear it from a female then. Do
To
you
sit
find
here,
him to be-
I can
Sure.
sit here in a room full of guys. I'm a server. I've been a bartender. I've heard it all, and I can sit there and I can listen to a bunch of guys talk about pussies, and that's one thing. To talk about how you're gonna slaughter the next pussy you see, that's different than saying, yeah, well, you know what? You're. a
I'm not
celebrity,
really
you can
gonna
do whatever
say
you want,
what
and
we
I just
say
grab it
here,
by the
but
pussy.
it gets deep.
That's different. That's
Literally
very different.
Brigham, it's not just that. It's his string of things that he's been known for throughout the time.
It's his general-
Somehow he's
his general
But
essence.
nobody's perfect in the whole entire
Nobody's
planet.
perfect, but you're
this
holding
is-
the highest office in the country.
So who would have been a better choice?
Somebody that's not grabbing him by the pussy and has had multiple
Oh my God, grab him by the pussy. Do you know that every single dude, like
any other single candidate, Ben Carson would have been.
You talked about something about putting shit in your pee hole while you're doing something with some girl. Like to think that we're gonna like separate ourselves and act like we're better than this dude who's the president is nonsense. Because none of us are. None of us. I don't care who. Like,
yeah, but
I'm pretty sure
it
I'm better
wasn't
than
just grab him by the pussy. Did you hear the context that
the
those
general
words
moral
were
and
spoken?
personality wise.
There's a difference.
I hear shit
There's a
everywhere I
difference.
go when guys talk.
I might have more.
Everywhere I go
Might
when
just have
guys
a lot
talk,
of debt.
whether they mean it or they don't, it's hearsay. It's nonsense. Like
Brigham, it's not hearsay because he says a lot of shit on fucking
and
camera.
so you say it a lot here in the basement. You said crazy.
We're not comparing each other.
I'm just
He's not
making a
running for
point.
president.
I'm making a point that
Or Prime Minister.
it's no different. It's just people talking, man.
No, you brush it off like it's no big thing, the shit that he does, and then you think, oh, Obama sent drones into this country.
Obama did a lot of bullshit. They all did
fucking
bullshit.
appalls you, and he's siding with the NRA against the children that are pleading to like ease up on or to strengthen the gun laws. You don't think he's a fucking monster? Obama wouldn't do that shit.
No, I don't
Hillary
think so.
wouldn't do that shit.
Yeah, she would.
No, she wouldn't.
Sure, she would.
Hillary would do it for enough money.
She would.
She would do it for enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Way off on that one.
I think Hillary might
She would
for
do it.
enough money.
I was going to say, she would do it for enough money.
I think if she knew that nobody would find out about it,
Yeah.
that she was getting that money, she would do it.
She had a secure email server, she'd do it.
Definitely. Absolutely.
I think throughout history,
They're all corrupt, man.
okay, let's just put it this way. There's no government anywhere that is beneficial to the people. So if you want to take away the guns, to me that's crazy. I wish I could have a fucking gun.
Why?
Why? I'd feel way more safe.
There's a
first and
difference.
foremost.
Okay, there's
Not guns
difference
out there?
though.
Windsor, if I lived in a mountain
Because people know parkour.
Yeah.
People know parkour and MMA. And I don't want any part of those fuckers.
See, a lot of where you come from, Brigham.
Right? That's the thing.
Brigham, a lot of where you come from is fear, and this is what I hear from
Dude, I'm all fear. I admit
but
that every
it's no
day.
wonder that
I'm
you're
scared of you right now.
He
I'm
has a
scared.
book about it.
Yeah, have you read it?
But the
I'm
gun
scared
debate
of you
isn't about
guys.
taking guns away from people who can own them and are responsible. It's about,
Yeah, I get that.
It's
Of
about,
course they should be
okay,
fucking checked, right? Of
An
course.
AR-15 is meant to completely rip apart a human body. That is not a gun that you need to defend your home.
Plus
a handgun.
the bullets.
Yeah, like the bullets are meant to.
I don't know what bullets they use, but like there are specific bullets that can fuck you up
and
a
they're
lot more
meant
than a
to-
regular bullet.
Like you see the entry
sp-
hole and
they
it's like
spread it-
this,
well,
and the
they're
exit
designed to
hole's like
spread apart.
that.
They spread apart, so when the slug goes in you, it makes like 6 pathways out of
Yeah,
it.
exactly. They're
Or
meant
just,
to.
or
That's
it's made
different.
to stay in you.
That's not, an intruder broke into my home and I'm gonna shoot
The
him
thing
and
is-
like, okay, maybe I shot him in the leg and he like, I don't know. It's just
I don't want to sound insensitive. I don't, because I'm not trying to be insensitive. Like, people, like, lives are fucking very important. Don't get me wrong. That's the only thing that is a thing. Lives. But if we're going to talk about craziness, man, like, in my opinion, which means nothing to anybody, like, we're eating fucking food that kills us every day,
Yeah,
willingly,
I agree.
fucking, including just straight up poisons, you know what I mean? But no one cares about that shit.
Yeah, but
No one
we're-
cares about
No, no,
taxes, and
but
no
we're
one,
talking
no one's gonna
about
bitch
guns,
about
though.
this.
Guns,
I'm
though.
just saying in
The
general.
banker's taking all the money.
I'm saying it's still bad
That was
for
classic
people.
Fox News pundit.
Yeah.
Just did.
No.
Hey, we can talk about guns all we want, but what about the foods that are killing us?
Everything kills us.
Ozone.
What
Oh
I'm
my
saying
God,
is,
ozone.
what I'm
about the
saying is,
gays?
if we
Oh,
wanna,
the gays.
I'm saying if we want to go at things for real, like, the corporations have no problem fucking with people. Zero. Like,
but
Johnson
you
& Johnson
always
sells
make-
cancerous baby powder and like, that's cool.
You make these
Every
programs
one
like-
of us had that shit on our ass when we were a kid. Every one of us.
Yeah, but what
in
makes it
or
poisonous?
around it.
What makes the baby powder poisonous?
What's that?
What makes the baby powder poisonous?
I don't know. It's been proven to cause cancer. They just lost a lawsuit.
They just lost a
seen that.
lawsuit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they knew. But that's the thing. Like, everything is bad. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, obviously, guns are they're detrimental.
But
like,
people's argument with gun control is, oh my God, what about the?
It's not as
is it the
paranoid.
Second
I'm just
Amendment?
saying there's a lot of things out there that
like all or
shouldn't
nothing,
be.
you know?
Yeah, and
Like
it's not all or nothing.
Yeah.
It's okay, cool. You're a hunter. Here's your rifle, and you're responsible, and you should own a gun, and that's fine.
You don't need to shoot 30 rounds
But
a minute. Or 60 rounds a minute.
Johnny over here,
Extended clip and,
yeah.
Hey, I also said at Woodstock, if they threw a bomb on it, they would have collected a lot of bad people and just
AR-15 to go hunting a deer, like
Exactly.
it's supposed to be a sport, right?
15
Or
Wasn't he, the kid was 15 and he just walked in and bought one, right?
I thought the kid was like 18 or 19.
I think he was old. He was under 18. I'm pretty sure.
look into that.
No,
Look into his
I just
doctor.
remember initial reports.
He was
that
19 when he did the
18 or
shooting.
Have a look at his doctor.
The true reaction that should
Some
be when he
interesting
goes in there
information
looking
as
for a gun,
arose.
like, get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
kid.
Exactly. Like you can't even buy a beer, but you can buy an assault rifle.
Yeah.
That's
Legit.
insane.
Not
That's
even
insane.
kidding.
But we have a lot of paranoia like that. Like Brigham says he wants a gun. There's no good that can come from you having.
But if Brigham,
Well, if someone breaks in my house, there's good.
but if
I'm not
Brigham-
going to bring it outside my house.
Would you go and make sure that you were a good shooter, at least like take some sort of gun safety course
Oh, for
before you
sure.
own a gun?
Yeah, I
like,
would.
And
Somebody
I'm
was
pretty
saying that,
sure
like,
that that's
I'm fucking
like
Don't get me wrong. I'm
Canada.
terrified of guns.
Why not?
I don't even want to touch one.
Why not have at least like what you need to have to drive a car? Like
Exactly.
It's, something. It's a machine that can kill somebody. So like,
That's fine.
At least
In
take
Canada,
some-
you need a license.
But also,
to own a
here's the
gun.
thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't even be
Right?
opposed to
Think
this.
so, yeah.
I'm on antidepressants. I wouldn't even be opposed if they're like, yeah, dude, you probably can't have one
Probably
of those.
not, because
I wouldn't
you're-
be opposed to that.
Exactly.
I wouldn't, because
And
I
that's
can
where the gun
understand,
control
like,
comes in.
shit's crazy.
Oh, maybe you shouldn't own one, so we're not going to give it to you. But you're
Theoretically.
cool. You can have one.
And
You're
I'm
responsible, you
completely
got no-
okay with that. I get that.
If somebody really wants a gun, you can still get one. Like that's just the the theory. If you just make them illegal, then
The problem is they're going to find it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard what I said earlier about Ronald Reagan. He was selling guns. Like that regime was,
Yeah.
like, so to think that the whole thing's not corrupt to begin
not
with,
at all.
it's just,
They've always been doing that.
but people do need to have protection from the government. That's all I'm saying.
Do you know
I agree.
Do you know how much weapons and training that the U.S. gave Bin Laden in
Yeah.
the 70s?
Too much.
He trained all of them. That's why they are where they are. But they've all been doing that, like
Yeah.
Reagan and everything.
I want to live in a Nerf world where everything is just, if you fall, it's cushy and
Yeah.
strawberry flavor.
That's
So you
what's
just-
on the other side of the ice wall for the.
He's not watching
You
the-
fucking.
As long as you
That's-
get over
I gotta.
an ice wall. It's all Earth, man, and the government
All right.
don't want us to know about it.
Yeah.
The point of the flat Earth tip.
That's
No,
what
no.
the flatters
See, I'm
on
not-
the other side.
Antarctica goes all around it. and
Yeah.
It's a huge ice wall, like in Game of Thrones. I don't know if you follow.
Yes, I do.
Listen, I don't
Okay.
want anyone
Okay.
to.
Get over that past all the vultures
Then
and the
you get
guards and the booby traps.
I don't want anyone to actually think it's flat.
All nerves,
Perfect
sweet.
No pollution. Perfect.
Yeah, just perfect. Yeah, like
Should make a
as
track.
soon as you go there, all your
Find this
blemishes
Nerf world.
disappear and
Don't
like
eat ice shoes.
crazy shit goes down.
Great.
Yeah.
Fuck the ice wall.
First of all, you're met by a unicorn, and second of all, no, I don't want people to think, because I don't necessarily believe the Earth is flat. But what I'm saying is question everything. That's all I'm really saying.
Yes, but when someone does have a belief, you kind of give them that condescending. You don't.
Well,
Believe that.
they do that to me too,
people-
which is fine. I don't care. I get torn to shreds all the
You're
time.
kind of your beliefs are kind of out there. You have to expect that,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I basically I more joke around. I like to tease people.
Correct.
I like to just have conversation, dialogue. I don't leave and get upset with people, and I see that happening a lot.
Unless
you
they're
know?
security.
Yeah, security is a different story. Yeah, I'll yell at those
How do you
guys.
feel about security now? Are you still the same? You have to do a security check with Brigham every now and then. Just
Why?
How he feels about security.
Oh, I've had.
His middle name is argues with security.
Yeah, I've argued with a lot of security over my day.
Every time we've gone to a concert,
'Cause you know
or a
what?
busy night at the bar, I've seen him argue with
I think
security.
he's jealous of that shirt.
And here's why. I'll tell you why. My brother walked in. Here's why, though. This is part of the reason. A lot of times,
shot
people,
we're talking
because they're
about?
wearing a security outfit,
Yeah.
they just say whatever they want.
Yeah.
And being a logical person who's not stupid, I know they're wrong.
Okay.
So I call them out on it.
Like what?
Well, like this guy told us in what was it, Cincinnati? He says it's a Major League Baseball law that you can't smoke. You can't leave to smoke. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, 28 of the 30 cities, you can go outside to smoke.
Yeah.
Or just like at the top of the stairs, like the top of the concourse.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
like,
So
some
shit
of them
like
have
that,
just
you're not gonna try.
Yeah.
You're not. I'm gonna fucking tell you you're full of shit.
Yeah.
Trying to do
No,
it.
I would too.
They're trying
I would
to do you
too.
a favor though, Brick. They don't want you to smoke anymore. They like you not smoking.
You know what? That's actually really good.
Yeah.
I like that you said that. That's probably not what they were doing.
Pretty soon,
that a
in
sense
5
that-
years' time, there's going to be designated pot smoking.
Yes.
I doubt it. I doubt it, dude. You're not allowed to smoke outdoors.
I think eventually.
You're not allowed to smoke
You
outdoors.
can't smoke in parks and shit anymore.
Straight
yeah,
up,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
no,
smoke
yeah.
weed
What if-
outdoors.
yeah.
What if they just create this tuba-like thing that goes over our head?
I would buy one
For
first.
smoking, it's just like
It's
a
just
vent,
like
Just a bubble.
and it goes
You just
down.
walk around in your hot box.
And then it cut. And
just
then
scared
That'd be a
little
great
There's
invention.
like a tube that goes into your underwear and it filters out towards the backside, and then everything
Yeah.
turns into just mint air.
Oh, that's great.
I'm gonna make that.
Glitter. Glitter would be even better.
I'm cutting all of this out so I can invent this thing.
And nobody will know. Suddenly, Steve will be wearing one.
Trail of glitter behind you everywhere you go.
Smoking joints
Hey.
like mint.
Have any of you guys?
Place for like 10 minutes is like ankle deep.
You know what I want to see? You know, I think it would be hilarious if Kim Jong, whatever his name is there, if he
You had it.
If-
We're almost there.
is it Un or Il? I don't know what the
Un.
fuck his name is.
Right?
If he,
Yeah, his father.
I think
He's the new one.
what he should do is take his money and like.
Fuck off.
Little dick.
But
It would be fabulous.
But what I think he
Every
should.
time.
Oh, you guys are going way out there.
Come on that weird patch that's in the back of truck.
I just literally,
awkward hair.
I just wanted him to remake Psy's video for Gangnam Style. But I mean, you guys all want to get violent, and
Who got violent?
I just thought that would be hilarious if he was doing Gangnam Style.
Well, the fucking each other, that's pretty violent.
I assume,
Put
yeah.
this on the show. Prove it.
I see it.
Yeah.
I'm not proving anything.
But see,
Assuming
again,
those-
like, I
assuming
don't know.
those two would be
Do we know any of this is real? No one can go to North Korea and find out anything.
I was really shocked that North Korea was participating
homie.
in the Olympics.
Yeah, me too.
I was. Did you see the cheerleaders?
No.
Why
They
wouldn't
had cheerleaders. They were very, very odd and very coordinated at the same time.
Were they very drone-like?
Well, they'll die
and
if
then,
they're not,
a
right?
fake Kim Jong Un came like walking by and he was like waving at them and then he got kicked out. That was like one of very little Olympic coverage that I watched.
He got kicked out?
Yeah, because he was pretending to be Kim Jong Un and he was like standing by the cheerleaders and waving at everybody, and then they came and they
Somebody
kicked him
tried to
out.
shoot him.
He's and Kim Jong Un's just at home.
I think they have it. Have you ever seen any shit from?
Nuclear button.
Have you ever seen any of this? I'm pretty sure they have like his father. Like they can still go check out his body. Like they have it like preserved. Like
Didn't they do that with Justin Pierre Trudeau? Wasn't he like
don't know.
preserved and like where you could visit the body?
Who?
Pierre Trudeau.
Oh, I don't know.
but if I'm correct, like you could like
Oh, my own country.
like
There's a lot of rumors.
there's a shrine to him and he's like still there. Like it's
Pierre Trudeau or
no
Okay.
his father, yeah. Whatever his name is, Il. Was it
people
Il?
there-
He was the Il, right?
Yeah.
I heard people there gotten like 6 months in jail for not crying enough when he died.
What?
Yeah, like they rat on each other. Like it's I don't know if it's programming or like something.
It's communism.
Yeah, it's like
Everyone gets the snitch hat.
It's
communism, that's why they- yeah.
Like, a lot of people were getting in trouble because they weren't.
Well,
they weren't
so I
grieving.
was-
They weren't grieving enough when the leader died or whatever.
That's what I was saying
You're
to my
not acting
cousin.
hard enough.
Yeah.
I was curious if so they're in South Korea for the Olympics, right? And they're all staying in hotels, I would imagine. But like in North Korea, they're only allowed to see like stuff about their leader, and they live in like really squalor conditions, right? Like they're not given very much. What were their hotels like? Were they like? I picture them like taking over a hotel and just like stripping it bare, and here you go, that's your room.
Give
You're
them
one of the
plain rooms.
athletes, so you're here.
Twin bed. Twin.
Yeah, like just like what they would
Everything's
get at
white.
home, and then like
What do you
that's
mean?
it.
I
Because they
don't know what you
think
mean.
that that's
Stay in
how
a
they
steel
think that
toilet.
that's how everybody lives. They're brainwashed to think that every other country they're only given these squalor conditions and a little bit of food, and they love their leader. And so if they're gonna travel and then see,
But do we know this for a fact? Like I've watched a lot of things that say yes and no, but I'm not. I don't
know for a fact.
I don't know it
obviously,
either.
but-
Like
I'm sure some of it is some degree.
and I'm not trying to be a dick. I
Yeah.
just honestly, I haven't been able to find any
There's very few.
I have
videos
seen
of-
some fucked up videos where he walks in
Yeah.
and people act like ass clowns.
Have you seen
I
the video
get
of the guy?
that, but
Have you seen the video? Of
but
the
I don't
guy-
know how bad it really is. Like I don't know.
Have you seen the video of the guy escaping in the Jeep?
Yeah, and you could see him
he gets
getting shot.
like nine
yeah.
times or something. Yeah.
Like who would release that video? You know?
Somebody in South
Well, that
Korea,
was
'cause
from
it was right on the
somebody, yeah.
South Korean border
Yeah, it was right
when
in
that
the
happened. So they said it was one of the people that were coming to try to rescue him. They were trying to videotape so people could see exactly.
Remember the American guy who stole the
Yeah,
picture?
yes.
What a dumbass! And he was like, "Oh,
died,
please."
didn't he?
Did he? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he died.
But him
in jail, or he
begging,
was
like, that's
severely disabled.
stupid.
I know that when they finally returned him because he was malnourished and beaten, and
Of course, like what, I don't know what he was thinking in the first place.
I'm pretty sure he died.
Tried to steal a poster off a wall.
Yeah.
And it, like
Nerve.
absolutely,
Well,
dude.
you're like, I'm surprised. That
It's
you're
no
even an
different than
American
what
in
they
that
say here
country.
when the Americans come here and cause havoc. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
they thought they had. Why does he think he should get? You know what I mean? Like you have to.
I have no idea of the story. Was
This
Olympics talk?
No,
No.
this was like a student. He was like 21 or something like that. He was in like I was at a hotel or something, and there was like a propaganda piece on the wall, and he pulled it off and rolled it up and left.
And then was arrested and
He
in
got-
prison in
yeah.
North Korean jail, and then
Begging for
his
help,
yeah,
but-
but then his body deteriorated. Like I don't know all the details behind it, but I know he either died while he was still over there, or when they transported him here, he was severely disabled, like no mental capacity, and then eventually he died. I know for sure he died.
Wow.
We just had this conversation
But
on the
his
way over
parents
here.
were,
Like,
like,
ignorance
fighting to
doesn't
get
count.
him
You know what I
sent
mean?
home.
I imagine it
And when they
counts
finally
less
sent him
there. Right? You're not going to be like, listen, Judge, I'm so sorry there. You know, here that might
And
work.
he tried to.
Of
he
course.
tried to
He tried to
for
plead
his
to
life and
the world, right? But,
Yeah.
I mean,
Poster?
yeah.
poster, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going there right quick.
Yeah, but
But, like-
again, I mean, you do have to follow rules, right? Like I
Yeah,
get that they're
absolutely.
crazy.
That's their
but
country, and like
how are they
that's
gonna
their
help
jail.
them? My thing is like, when did this shit even start? Like, no one ever talked about them until Trump.
What war was Korea and America? Was
Because
it?
Hillary was going on about Russia,
They
but
never.
she wanted to go after Russia.
From
That
what
was
I know, is North Korea thinks the war is still going on. They didn't know that war is even ended, and like that's why their enemy is America, because they're still.
the
in that
people
war.
think that.
The people that
Yeah.
are meant to believe that that's what's actually happening still, is that they're still at war with America.
Sorry, Steve.
I
I just want to say something. I'm sorry to interject because I want to say 1,000 things.
Well, it is.
You guys,
We're recording a podcast right now.
I know. I know you
Todd,
also edit
Are we
your
gonna?
Todd,
Are we
do we
gonna
not look
address-
busy?
podcast, though. But did you see?
Are we going to address the Detroit Lion elephant in the
Well,
room?
let's speak about the Russian State of the Union address the other day,
We
2
can't.
days ago.
We can't because you don't have a microphone. You don't know how.
You're gonna cut this out anyway, but I just want to say, for your own whatever.
There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna steal Kale's mic.
hello.
Steal Kale's mic for 1 second.
You're everywhere, please.
The Detroit Lions elephant in the room. Just fucking shit up. Anyways, all I wanted to say is everybody talks about Kim
Hi,
Jong-un.
It's like Chernobyl.
The other day,
Todd.
Vladimir Putin
Todd.
made his State of the Union address,
Yeah.
and in it he unveiled 2 new nuclear weapons. And in the demonstration of like animated demonstration, he in the
Fucking with you, trying to help you.
okay. I'm starting over.
Todd. this is
Fake
Tiff.
news.
Nice
Hi.
to meet you,
Nice
Tiff.
to meet you.
Fake news.
Anyways, long story
Oh,
fucking
that's
short, if I could spit this shit out. I wanted 10 seconds, man. It's like 10 minutes already. Fuck. You guys let me know when you're ready. Anyways, all I wanted to say, amongst other shit that was, like the colonel that was absolutely gorgeous, but she's North Korea's pop star. She came to
Yes.
sing and started a riot. That's crazy. But anyways, Vladimir Putin, who's expected, Vladimir Putin in Canada, who's expected to be a 4th term president of Russia in the coming weeks.
He will be.
For sure. He unveiled 2 new weapons that basically have no boundaries and can't be stopped or detected. It's fucking crazy. Anyways, in the demonstration video in front of the whole State of the Union address, the demonstration was them bombing America, and it was
Shut up.
It was a standing ovation to that. To the oh yeah, man, it was.
That was a real thing.
Crazy.
What?
See, like,
That's a
this
thing.
It
is-
happened like on Friday.
This whole world's
Russians-
fear-based on
they didn't
have
purpose.
seen this.
You know what I
He's
mean?
like, President is fantastic.
You don't think
I said some Russian shit.
you don't think the U.S. would fucking bomb them? Like,
I used to know that shit.
this is just a control mechanism, man. That's all. This is called the New World Order, man. It's gonna come faster and faster. Everyone's gonna be scared. Fucking, oh, they're gonna bomb us. They're gonna bomb us. Like, welcome to the New World Order. Just watch old Bush. He keeps it like the New World Order, and then we're gonna be successful. Watch him. He's a fucking. It's so crazy. They all say it. Even your beloved Obama.
I don't know, does it?
What?
Does it say New World Order on the...
Of course it does.
Doesn't it say it in English?
Of course it does.
Aren't they so bold to just...
Absolutely, but people don't. They just want, nah, that's different. This is different. We're talking about like the president and this president. No, it's the same thing, man. This is all working to one big fear mechanism so that we all want to be controlled.
Well, it's working with you.
We're begging to be controlled.
Yeah.
Not me. I ain't begging to be controlled.
You're scared.
Is Kale watching videos over there?
Yeah, Kale's...
Are you
I'm
watching?
scared. I'm
looking
scared,
for the-
but I ain't begging to be controlled. That's
Okay, I wanna
that's
see- I
there's a
totally wanna
difference.
see it if
Like
you find
I
it.
don't understand how certain rules work. You know, like certain laws and shit. Other people straight up they think communism is a great idea, and it's like, well, in theory, but when you look at, you know, these people under this regime, is that a good regime? No, it's fucking crazy. Like half these Antifa kids or whatever, they're going for like, I don't even know what the fuck they want. They want communism and something else like mixed. Like I don't even think they know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, do you?
Do I know what they're talking about?
Yeah.
Do I know what I'm talking about?
And like I'm just saying, like there's so many people right now that are begging to be controlled more, and to me that's crazy. And that's a legit thing. Like people every day are just like, please government, take control and help. Like this is why they're scaring everybody.
Yeah, but you don't think that we would actually do fine without a government, do you? Okay.
No, we need
made it dead in 13 hours.
At least we...
no. There has to be something for sure. Like, don't get me wrong, but the way this is set up is nonsense. It's a
that
controlled
it?
system. You know, and I know it. Everyone knows it. We don't even know the rich people. We know the
Like, that's
semi-rich people, and the real rich people we've never
really
heard of.
Scary.
Because they're not going to fucking tell us who they are. You know, they don't have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is just a joke. So, like, what Jim Carrey says is true. Like, this is all a fucking joke.
Terrifying. Like,
Or
that's
as Billy Joe said, this is a joke. This is a fucking joke. 1 fucking minute? You're going to give us 1 minute.
I can
and like, why is there not like a bunch of news about this? I'm
to a
shocked.
degree of what you say? I can understand.
Like, I feel like I'm pretty
Yeah.
up on my news, but
literally.
This is a play. We're watching a play. And if we believe it
yeah.
and fall into it, then that's what it is. But I'm going to fight it till the end. Like, okay, check out like the biblical terms, right? Like they talk about the mark of the beast and stuff. That's coming, right? So
What do you mean that's coming?
the mark of the beast is like a mark, whether it's in your arm or like your forehead.
Like, you think somebody's actually going to be born with that, and then they're
No. They're gonna give it to you. You're gonna be chipped, numbered. But we already are.
Look at, like, right after 9/11.
We already
there was, like,
are.
all of that, like, oh, you should microchip your children, and you should do this, and you should do that, and sign up. Like, even those, there's always these McGruff kits that I see online. Like, oh, make sure your child's safe if they're ever adopted. And like, I applied for one when Seamus was born, and I was like, I need this. And then they sent it to me, and it was like, they wanted me to fingerprint him, and I was like,
Send
nope.
his DNA.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not fingerprinting my kid, so you can just have no
Nail
thanks.
clippings,
Yeah.
hair clippings.
Yeah, and they're like his
Saliva.
description, and I'm like, he's a fucking infant. Like, you want me to describe me as about a foot tall?
Well,
Like,
when I was a kid,
By the time you get this, he'll be a foot and a half.
when I was a kid, they wanted us to go give our fingerprints fingerprints
Yeah.
at like in case we went missing?
Yeah, that's what
Cops
I'm
don't
talking about.
fucking
I was
fingerprint anybody. That's like a misconception of they don't give a fuck. They're
about
busy.
fingerprints.
Yeah, they don't care. What are
Yes,
they gonna
they
do?
do.
Like, no, they don't. Not
Yes, they
No,
do.
they don't.
They do.
In a serious crime.
Yes, they
But
do.
what are they gonna do? Fingerprint a pole and be like, oh, that little kid must have been here.
Well,
They don't
You
care.
don't get fingerprinted right away. You get called back in to be fingerprinted. Like you have.
But
an
I'm saying,
appointment
if
where
you're
you
a
have to be
5-year-old
fingerprinted.
kid, how is the fingerprint gonna help
No,
find
but that's
you?
what I mean. They're not gonna. That's what I mean. That is a ploy
That's
to
so-
get your fingerprint.
exactly.
So
That's
when
all
you
I'm
do
saying.
commit
That's all I'm
that's
saying.
why I sent it back. I was like,
Like,
no.
yeah, well, no. If your kid goes
So if my
missing, we're gonna
kid-
find it by his
If my kid commits a
fingerprint.
crime, I'm sorry you're gonna have
What
to
if
do
he's
your
in
due
the
diligence
living in the
and look for
beach?
something else.
There's nowhere to
And then
touch but
fingerprint it.
sand.
Sorry.
You're not gonna think it's
I'm
fingerprint.
not making that easy on you. No, I 100% agree. But in a crime, they do fingerprint you, but they're not going to fingerprint like a body.
I want to know who owns Ancestry.ca. I'm
there-
guessing it's just like fucking Bilderberg.com or some
Right?
shit.
That's-
Send us. We're gonna tell you your DNA history. Send us a swab of your asshole and your kid's fucking teeth.
I told you this when I worked at Vistaprint. That's how we had to sign in and out. We had to scan your whole hand.
Really?
Yeah, fuck
Scanner thing. You
that.
press like
I
your
have
number
a
in, you had to
fingerprint
like
scanner at the
Fuck
lab.
that.
This
I'm
is like your whole
done.
hand that you had to put in. So that's they have that.
See,
So
it's already
my,
here.
my hand is out there somewhere.
It-
It's in
exactly.
somewhere.
Yeah, I had to.
There's
scan
nothing
my
you can do
fingerprint.
about that. That's horseshit.
I mean, they had this
I'm
podcast.
gone.
They can make me now.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Just need a bit of my hair, and they can make a new.
They can come just like swab one of your beers.
Dude, they're already inside you deeply.
They make a robot.
Just want you to know that. They're deep inside
Next
you.
time we come here, it's actually robot kale,
Yeah.
not real kale.
But it's me. I'm just at home watching TV.
Wow, this worked out great for me.
putting popcorn in my mouth, and most of it goes on my
All I'm
beard.
picturing is like some wonky robot, and you just don't realize it's not him, and it's just like some like eyeball that's just like hanging, and he's just like, how are you doing, Steve?
Yeah, I keep saying the same thing over and over.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
You're just like Formula One.
Photography. Photography. Shorts out. Photography.
I become Italian.
Photography.
Oh man, that's
Somebody
so
spills
funny.
their beer.
It's the
Somebody
GPS
spills their
woman's
beer.
voice for a minute, and then you go back to your voice.
Somebody spills their bear. I start smoking,
Go kart.
screaming.
Go kart. Photography of go karts.
So I guess what I want to do right now is welcome Todd into the fold officially, because now he has a microphone.
Hi, Todd. Oh.
Well,
every time Todd goes
that
to go to the
microphone might
beer
not
gets
work
spilled.
properly.
Every time the microphone goes to Todd, the beer gets spilled.
So maybe I'll take the microphone away from
Stop
Todd,
introducing Todd.
because Todd
No, I didn't even really.
can only do bad.
That's why.
Stop introducing him. That's what happens every time.
Todd, how's it
That's
going?
why they should have those on microphones in bars, because you spill a lot of booze.
If Todd's on this episode, I just want to say right now that he's smoking joints. Lots of joints. Todd brought weed. He's got weed
He's
on
giving
his
everybody
person.
fentanyl.
Todd.
pulling out a bag
Todd has weed.
right now.
Yes.
Both
Yes.
pockets,
He's
2 bags of cocaine.
he loves cocaine.
He's demanding his male prostitute bring the
Yes.
cocaine down.
Yep.
I just picked up
I heard
some
he was-
roofies from Weinstein at the
I heard he beats
Whoa, whoa,
chicks.
Todd,
Oscars last night.
Todd, this is a fairly
And
some blue
only
Co-
because
some blue Cosby's?
Kevin Spacey was out. What's that?
You got some blue Cosby's?
I didn't blow Cosby.
You got some blue Cosby.
I got some blue Cosby.
Do you have any? You got any H?
Yeah. Burger just wants to get me in trouble.
Kale was looking for some H. I don't know.
Damn, those dandelions. They were in the way. I had to pick them.
Oh my God! There's a gun in Fortnite. It's called the hand cannon, and like
my kid loves that shit.
yeah, I
Loves
love
that
it too.
game.
You see, like you like share weapons, and buddy's like, dude, I need your hand cannon, and this guy on my team says like, dude, I give good hand cannons, and I died. Like I had to.
hand cannons.
It's just a handgun.
Gun in the video game.
You know what I don't
game,
love?
yeah.
I don't love that I have to pay for a subscription to PlayStation Plus. I think that's ridiculous.
What's PlayStation?
Yeah, Xbox is the
because
same.
most of his games that he has to have access to the
Buy,
internet.
but you
shit in the
does he
game,
need
too.
that to play Fortnite?
He needs it. Well, we downloaded Fortnite, but he needs it to
Fortnite's
play.
free to play online,
He
right?
plays zombies and
Yeah, you gotta pay for all
zombies
that.
and Garden Warfare or something. Zombies and
Even if you want to have a friend play with you, you need to buy another one,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Minecraft. He plays with his friend that lives next door.
See,
so
that's
then they
crazy.
need
That I
internet.
agree with that. That's horseshit.
Yeah,
There's a
and
million-
not only that, Skylanders, you have to buy toys. You have to, if you want a guy, you have to buy the guy at the store.
No, that's fucking
And then
bullshit.
the guy sits on your portal, and then there's
Yeah, no.
gems,
I've
and there's
watched-
weapons, and there's vehicles.
I
and I'm
watched the kids that babysit watching the YouTubers about that.
Yeah.
Like it's a rigged thing because you can't even get half of them.
whoever invented Skylanders is like,
That's
I know how to
horseshit.
make video games way more expensive. You have to buy
Oh,
everything
absolutely, and you got to
separately.
find them.
Buy the
You have to
upgrades
find
of
them,
the game.
and they only release. I guarantee you, they release rare amounts of like very
They
few.
do because
yeah,
then
they're
Seamus will
fucked,
be at the
man.
store and he'd be like, "Mom, those are finally out. Like I need
No,
one of
you'll
those." And I'm
never,
like,
you'll never find them all. And that's the point.
No.
Like, they're fucked.
Mom, I need
Like
this
Beanie
vehicle."
Babies are gonna be worth
Yeah.
money. You know what? None of this shit's gonna be cool in like 5 years. That's all I know.
It's gonna be Pogs.
Gone. Yeah, Pogs were the. You know what?
Oh my
I-
God,
still have- I
Pogs!
still
I
have
never
my Pog.
played Pogs, but they
I
look
love Pogs.
terrible to me. That's like
love
the
Pogs.
dumbest thing I've ever seen.
I still got my Slammers.
I love Pogs. And I remember I played my friend once for like, we were playing, I won all her Pogs, like 300 of them. And then she's like, let's play one more game. She had like 2 left. She won all of my Pogs. All of them back, plus mine. I was devastated. I'm like, I should have quit while I was ahead. That was my first gambling lesson.
I never actually played Pogs.
Good time for it.
But they look pretty silly. I played marbles, like real people.
Marbles. Were you were more in the 80s?
Yeah, marbles were great though. Marbles were cool. I don't know why you guys didn't play them. To be honest, like they were pretty fun.
I was
The only problem you'd have a dirty finger when you went back to
I got into Pogs in grade 6.
Dirty fingers?
marbles.
Can I interject something way off topic, but at least Brigham and Kale will give a
staying on
shit.
the topic of marbles, Todd.
Well, speaking of marbles, I'll say it like I got marbles in my mouth, and if that helps. No, but anyways, yeah, let's see the finger. I've seen if bad luck. Oh my gosh, that's dope. Yeah, it's
I bet he's gonna lose.
You know what? As I used to chef for meal beside food.
I'm not wishing him to lose. I'm
No,
just
but
betting he's gonna
did it with
lose.
marbles in
You
my
are
mouth.
now at 1 strike, Todd. You are.
That's
Todd.
good news.
You're
That's
an-
good news. He's a friend.
Oh,
Speaking of spits goalies, yeah.
snap. Yeah, that was the only game he played in
But
NHL.
can't say
Don't
it
put that on the
Jamie's
podcast.
store.
Can't say
Yeah,
it.
Jamie's store,
We're
too.
live right now.
Live
Yeah.
on Instagram.
We're live.
Live on.
Are we really?
Instagram.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, you fuck.
Hi, Tiff.
Hi.
Todd.
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 I did.
Bring
That's,
'em.
yeah, that's. Yeah.
I feel like I'm on Cops.
I hope no one
Ashley
sees
says
that.
Hi.
I don't see
Hi.
where.
Hi,
See,
Ashley.
it's funny how that's psychological. You won't take a joint for 5 minutes and then you will.
My name's Steve.
It's so weird. I'm so done.
Steve, man.
Remember we smoked the big joint?
There it is.
And then like 10 minutes later, Steve was like, I don't want to smoke a joint again. And then he rolled one. Just like that. He was like,
I can't find it.
Let's light it up.
Where's the
Like,
live feed?
it's just, what a great drug.
There.
Can you film Todd smoking this? On
We're
the...
gonna watch ourselves.
What's the delay here?
Whoa,
What's the delay?
Oh, this is meta.
What's the delay?
This is meta right here.
Delay.
Oh, there's a little bit of day. Look at this.
I don't want anyone to see that.
It's not.
right.
Hold on. Oh, delay. It's like 10 seconds.
Is it almost
Holy
break
shit. Holy shit.
time? You got a beer? Now we'll stop talking to listen.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing to listen to.
Okay, so do we just keep talking though to create that echo?
10 seconds.
There's one left.
That was the delay with the delay of the delay, right?
Just gonna keep looping.
No way.
This is the worst video ever.
No, this is
The 90s Nails video.
This is, if anybody's. Are you sure you're good? I don't want to take
the best
it.
video ever.
I'm fine.
10 seconds more. I still have weed. I don't know if I can.
Everyone's gonna leave.
Oh, I guess I'll go this way.
Dude, that is just.
Oh, sorry, that hurt.
Hold on. You got like just a bit of my toe and
How long?
it made it worse. You got like just skin and you stepped on the side of my foot.
Delay.
The worst show I've ever seen. So back to we went live and everybody shut up.
Why? We are live.
All the people watching.
We can't edit out all Todd's N
He
words.
says hi.
Can you see me? I got a beer here.
Hey, what if Todd starts dropping N words?
I wasn't ready for that.
Whoa, it's Brigham.
Dude, can you see me? On a delay. I'm not even gonna say that because I'm probably 10 seconds.
Can you grab me one of my coolers? Please.
I wasn't ready.
Holy fuck, man. This is blowing my mind.
Can you see me? On a delay. I'm not even gonna say that.
Yep. Yep. Got it. My American Vintage Hard Iced Tea.
I'm not a supporter.
10 more seconds.
I hate all the government.
I know.
I just think that and also
Yeah, I agree.
everybody's logging off. 10 more seconds.
Are we done going live?
You want to
So-
stop? You want to stop going
A
live?
little bit, yeah.
All right.
No, I wanted to before
Cal.
you even did it. Because it's all about
Hi.
the camera
We done
work.
going
A little
live?
bit, yeah.
Alright.
We done going live, Cal? How do I stop it? I don't know how to stop it.
I don't know. I think you just have to stay on
I
now.
just said that's
Oh,
free.
You have to get rid of that phone. You have to get rid of that phone in order to not be alive anymore.
I have to throw it on the street
Yeah.
when Mack truck drives over.
You have to bring it to Arkansas or something.
All right. I think it's just a bye. Todd,
Yeah.
say bye.
Bye. It's freaking me out. Dude, I can't believe I said that Travis Scott thing. I wasn't supposed to be on anything. This chick doing another bit.
Oh, you said that live too.
I sure did.
Yeah.
He's like, Jack Campbell's playing for LA Kings. Like, you know who played also one game for them? Travis Scott. Never played in a NHL again.
All right. So we're going to take a
He
break.
lives in the city and is
Okay.
married to a girl I know.
Bring him.
We're all still recording.
Yeah. I'll record it too.
R. Kelly over here. That's hilarious. Dude, I can't believe that just happened, dude.
It's still happening. Stop doing that.
Stop.
Stop saying his name.
I didn't say his name.
Well, whose name?
I didn't say anyone's name.
Oh.
Fucking asshole.
All right. Take your seat.
24/7.
Your seat being the floor. How's your leg, by the way?
It's a lot better. This is the third day I've gone without a brace.
I heard that.
After you tell me to sit on the floor, you're like, how's your leg doing, by the way?
I heard that hard cement floors are good for that.
Well, it's actually not bad because if you noticed, I was bent and I was out like this and then I was bent. I think I did a little bit too much when I was down on my knees like this. That's a little too much to keep it in that position.
Name of your sex tape?
Yeah. Exactly. Correct. But no, it's getting there. Thanks for asking. It was just that, excuse me, walking in the snow that killed it.
Cheers you with a hammy?
Isn't that a Smash Mouth song? You
Remember
might
when
as
I
well
came-
be
remember when I
walking
came
in
here?
the snow.
I think it's on the sun.
It's a seasonal song, all right? They changed it
It's a Christmas special.
Right. During your episode.
When I went home from here, that was only like, 24 hours after I'd actually heard it. But I heard it on Sunday. I came here, and that's when you were making the jokes. Are we live?
I think so.
Yep.
What did you do to it?
Anyway, no, I was playing hockey
Okay.
and I had a
doing a celly?
foot race basically.
Hold it on a celly.
To the so, anyways, I beat the guy to the puck, but it was on the side, so I had to cut towards the net like harshly.
Okay.
And I turned my body like this to backhand to the corner of the net, but the front outside edge of my skate caught, so it bent my leg out this way.
Ow.
And it like really hurt, but it was one of those things like, okay, I'm gonna skate for the next few minutes and just.
You should talk to Tom.
Is it a stinger or is it gonna hurt? Anyways,
I pulled my elbow.
You may have a lawsuit.
Sue hockey.
it was pretty bad. I'm gonna
Sue Gary Bettman, sue fucking
Wayne-
Bobby Orr, sue everyone.
Anyways, I hurt it pretty bad that whole night. Like I had to ice it. Like every hour I was awake and I had to re-ice it just to fall back asleep. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And then so I was like, okay, I'll give it a day or two, whatever. I came over here. All was good. Obviously, you know, it was really hard to get down here, and I didn't have a brace or anything yet. But when I went home, there was that bad snowstorm, and the city plow had blocked my driveway. So I parked in the street, but I still had to get to my house. And you know, when you're like limping and you don't really put all the pressure on your bad leg.
Yeah.
Well, I had to try and get over the snow, and even regardless where I walked over, I stepped. It wasn't strong. And my leg buckled and pulled out that same way. And
My friend has no leg.
10 times worse than it already was. So it's been 2 weeks since.
Did you know that?
I pulled my armpit on my
Hey,
jacket.
Todd. My friend has no leg.
And then, like the inside of my elbow right here.
He lost his leg.
Who did? Really weird.
Say your armpit.
No, like inside of my elbow.
Scott did. Scott lost his leg, so I'm having a hard time like feeling for you right now.
God lost his leg. Yeah, but you know what?
You hurt yourself playing ice hockey.
The universe telling you to stay the fuck away from hockey.
That's what I've been telling him for a long time.
52 years old.
Dude,
You
the
sound
universe
like
has been
X-
telling him this for a
X-
decade.
They're
X
52
is
years
A
old.
decade.
Why you keep
I
playing
thought
these
you were
kids?
just counting X's. You sound like 3 of my X's.
It was 3 X's back.
The universe has told him that for a decade.
That one's father said,
Faceplant one?
Todd, you need to stop playing
one-
kids games.
Is that where you face plant?
Yeah.
That was road hockey with like little kids.
Is that where you
was.
broke your nose?
That was little
was.
kids. I got a phone call and it was like Todd's in the hospital.
It
Like,
was.
what?
You were in that
Kid
coma for 6.5 months?
Kid put the yeah, I went right down
Todd, it
and
ain't for
then
you, man.
yeah, it is.
You.
I'm a grinder.
Leave it
That's
alone.
why
No,
I
you're
get
not.
hurt. Yeah, yeah.
Hockey grinds you in Soviet Russia.
Dude, one injury a year's not too bad.
Oh, yes.
From playing a fucking contact
Face
sport.
plant.
Or putting on coats?
That was
Yes, Chechnya.
That's mind changing to me. I
put his
face
stick
planted.
between my
Larionov.
legs and I
Doing a sport, I'm out.
Shoom. Whatever.
Yeah, no,
happens,
dude.
man.
The universe has definitely told you to quit hockey. Oh, 100%.
I don't think you should quit hockey.
No, he
I
should.
hope Seamus always plays hockey.
Until the day I-
Yeah, but your
Yeah.
kid's still not breakable yet.
Score a
Play more
goal.
hockey.
He's
because of
breakable.
amnesia?
Yeah,
Yeah, but I hope that, like,
Playing.
even when he's like older, I hope he.
You hit, yeah, that's fine. But once you hit 40,
Playing, like, the
shit gets
70 plus,
real.
The
Yeah.
fossil.
It's good
Like,
for her.
You will not.
pulled muscles aren't a joke. Like, they take you out for like a week.
Okay, so I got a question. As a parent with a child in hockey,
Yeah.
how expensive is it?
Oh my God, it's so expensive. So
And imagine, does he play travel or does he play house
he's not a
league?
goalie, thank God, because goalie equipment is.
Does he play house league?
He plays house league, yeah.
Yeah. So imagine if he
Yeah,
plays
it
travel.
No, I can't. I don't have the time or energy.
But that's the thing, right?
My
Like,
niece plays travel. She
it is
in
a
the
privileged
rink
sport,
at
like Steve
least
said.
5 days a week.
yeah.
And then weekends they're going away. They just did a tournament in Toronto, and I don't have that kind of time on my hands. And you know what? If he wanted to play travel, maybe when he's old enough to kind of go with another parent, like, hey, you're going, cool, take my kid too. But no, until that happens.
But isn't that's what's crazy about the whole thing? Because in order nowadays to have a kid that would go to that next level pro, you pretty much have to have them groomed from that young age.
But you don't, like, part of hockey now is, in order for your child to play, you have to take this course. It's called Respect in Sports, and like there is a
Oh
professional
yeah,
hockey
my
player. I don't know
my
who it
dad
is.
lacked that.
And
yeah.
you have to watch this video, and he even says, he's like, if you think your kid's going pro, like, it's not happening. Like, you can yell and you can scream and you can bitch all you want.
No,
but it's
I'm not talking about
happening.
yelling or screaming. I'm talking about like travel, like
No,
the,
I know, but
the
like,
whole
parents that have
principle of
these
what they
dreams-
do.
Yeah.
Parents that live through their.
Yeah, they think, oh, if their kid plays travel and they do all these camps
Yeah,
during
of
the
course.
summer,
Oh,
that
that's not what I'm saying.
I put Seamus in hockey.
I'm just saying that like it's almost like if you don't, then there is no chance. Like it's so messed up.
You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Right?
You can probably see pretty soon if they have a shot at it.
But
right?
also,
Like,
well, no,
throw that
no,
track.
like
Wayne Gretzky.
no, like Todd, like when, like Todd even said, there gets to a point.
second.
There gets to a point where like even a bad hockey player is put through a proper system and they make it to the next level because
Yeah,
they're groomed through that
Yeah.
system.
It's called development.
Yeah.
It is.
And
But
even
you
the
have to
best
have
prospects
something.
don't always develop.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And you know,
because of
like,
certain
I have
things.
to admit that I
It's
Seamus
crazy
doesn't play
though.
for Windsor Minor.
Personality, too. If you don't want to be away
Not
from home,
knocking
you're
Windsor
not gonna be able
Minor,
to do it.
but Tecumseh
couldn't do
hockey
it.
was way more advanced when it came to their player development. So that's why I chose to put him.
It's crazy
in
now.
Tecumseh because their drills are.
When
set
there's
up
little
better,
kids
their-
like running
the
with
stuff they're doing
tires
is
up
better.
hills, that's fucked up to me. It's fucked up,
but it is
right?
very expensive.
But yet a kid can't work for a living,
Like,
but
his
you can go
season is
bust his balls
$600.
at hockey.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Yeah,
It's fucked up.
His season this year is $580,
Fucking world
and that's
we
if
live
I
in.
register for early registration. If I wait, it's like $650.
How much is soccer? Because you don't need
$160.
much. Yeah, I was gonna say
Soccer's
And it
still
teaches
expensive.
Why?
600
Why is it
$160?
160?
$600,
Well, no,
yeah.
because they give.
What are they paying for?
Seven.
Yeah,
The
you're
mesh
right.
for the nets? Like what?
Shoes and that's it.
Jerseys
That's
and I get it, but that's
socks and
I get-
shoulder
someone has to
pads.
make profit, I guess.
I get hockey's expensive because you have ice rental. Ice
How
rental
much is ice hockey now?
expensive.
Just the equipment.
$580
Just the
for his season. They have referees. They have their coaches. They
What?
don't get paid. They're volunteers.
580
$580, yeah.
per person.
Per person, yeah.
How much?
Yeah.
Someone get on the phone right now. How much is
And,
it to rent the ice for an hour?
Tecumseh hockey themselves, like we do these bingos
when we play
to
at
raise money for the
Lansbury,
league. And
Hold on. Receiver,
Hold on.
It's like 150, 100.
150.
Don't talk into the microphone.
Oh, I was just trying to figure out how much
they
it
raise
is.
money for the league by doing bingos and charities and fundraisers and stuff like that, and that keeps registration costs down.
Yeah.
So how many teams in the league, approximately?
Well, so he was novice for the first time this year. He was novice, and there was 6 teams,
How many players per team?
roughly 20 to 25, I would say.
How much would you say equipment costs? You have.
I get a lot of
Yeah, I just
hand-me-down
can't do the
equipment.
math
I'm
now.
lucky.
That's a lot of
And
money,
Sport Check
man.
has like a good
Just a lot.
skate exchange program
That's
where
what
you
I'm
can bring
wondering
your
what the
skates and you get a credit, and then you buy
rink
their
is.
used skates, and they're cheaper because like he grows out of skates every year. I'm not buying.
Oh, and what do they give him? They supply socks and
He
shirt.
gets socks and he gets a jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to keep.
Huh.
Keep, yeah. I have all his socks and all his
We
jerseys
never
and
got
all
to
that.
keep them. Oh, that's a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's wow,
Yeah.
$500 fucking dollars.
70s.
But he wants to play it. Like I put him in. He did the hockey treadmill last summer.
Oh yeah,
That thing is, but he did it because he thought it was the neatest thing ever.
yeah, that's a whole other world of shit. You ever see like before the draft when they have the players hooked up and they have like the things, the apparatus
Yeah.
in their face,
Yeah.
like that's fucking crazy.
Seamus did this hockey treadmill, and
That's
he
another
runs
world.
skates
That's
on the
called
treadmill, and they
combine.
hook him up to this big harness. So like he's like, cool, like I'm in a harness, like he thinks it's awesome, and the guy's like, he speeds it up super super fast, and he's holding on to him, and then he's like, okay, just like let go, and he lets go of him, so they fly back, but they don't go anywhere, right?
How old's your kid?
He's 7. So then they fly back and they come back. He's like, hey, put your skates down, start power skating, and he's like, cool, look at me, I'm
Can
on
I-
a harness, like.
Can I give you some crazy awesome advice?
It is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give
it
you-
was expensive for what it
I
was,
just
but
want you
he
to
wanted.
center the microphone.
I'm gonna give you some crazy
You
advice.
told me
Okay.
not to speak into the
This
microphone.
is what you do to your kid. You drill in his no. You take his hockey stick and you put a weight on it, a decent weight
Okay.
on the bottom of it.
Touch that hockey stick.
You put a really decent weight on the bottom
Take the weight up.
of the stick where his hands won't touch, whatever.
Yeah,
And his puck handling skills will, and the lack of other people taking the puck from him, like
Yeah.
it won't happen.
yeah.
That's what Pavel Datsyuk.
Or have him
He
do
needs-
lots of forearm
yeah,
exercises.
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, he recently
Just
got
because
glasses.
like
You told me the wrist thing too.
yeah, like once you
doing
get
it,
that
I'm totally
To
strength,
allow him to become a compulsive
like
masturbator.
whether or not he does the craziness, people won't be able to lift the stick from him
Yeah.
Dude, nobody
You know what I
steals
mean?
the puck
Yeah.
from
because he'll
me.
be so used to.
That's,
don't.
That's
They
good
don't.
advice. I like it. I'm totally gonna try that.
Pavel
this summer.
Datsyuk did it, and I've never seen any hockey player like him.
Yeah, we got
Ever.
a couple nets, and I like to hit the ball, and so like I had a nice my road super. You know my.
You
my
just
mom
gotta
does,
figure
my
out a
road
way
super
to get
dead.
a weight on there that's not like a big ass
like
dumbbell.
a small weight. Yeah.
Yeah, but something that's heavy,
You
like
get those
something
like sandbags.
something that's really gonna fucking make him work when he
Yeah.
practices. You know what I mean?
What you can
But
do
when he
is
gets on
go
the
buy a
ice, it's
baseball
gonna
bat
his
donut.
strength is gonna be huge.
The donut. That's the best way. He's
The baseball bat donut.
The donut.
Okay.
Because it fits
Can
on
I
the
have a
shaft of a
beer?
hockey stick and it only goes down to the top of the heel.
Nice.
Because when
Yes.
the stick gets
Well,
bigger,
He ran
Like, you
out.
can still-
but you,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if I can have one
That's
of
the
yours.
best way
I'll
to buy
totally
a
try
weight.
it with
'Cause
them.
you can get like
I don't
4
know
to
that
10
very
ounce
well.
ones.
Because he told me and I
Yeah.
saw.
or just get a weighted
You
puck.
saw it here.
Yeah.
Well, he is a
But the
liar,
thing is, you got to be on the
but
ice.
that's
for it to
different.
work properly.
Yes.
You're better off
George W. Liar.
getting him to stick
It
to
just
light
seems
list.
so different now. They're coming from Spacey.
Oh, was that Spacey?
It was Kevin Spacey, yeah, singing the song.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. It's like George
He was him
W.
doing,
Lies.
That was him doing Neil Young.
Yep.
I don't know. I
Yep.
don't remember that.
Kevin Spacey did Neil Young. Yep.
Did you guys
that-
see Jack Black sing the national anthem at the Los Angeles, whatever the WNBA at
I didn't.
Do
WNBA?
you think I did?
No, I don't know, because it was one of those things that kind of popped around. I saw it pop around Facebook. I wouldn't have seen it if I didn't catch it on
Me
a.
and Cal both have
You know,
nice answers.
18 of your,
hey, Todd.
friends watched this. Or
Now
watched
that
it.
Todd's here, we all watched the Oscars. What did you think?
Todd, did you watch the Oscars?
I think it was perfect background noise for when I was editing and writing my story.
Did you watch it?
today? I had it
listen
on
to
in
it?
the background. Yeah.
Oh, that's better than me. I didn't even know it was on.
And the only reason
I didn't get the memo for the
only reason why
podcast
I
about
did
the
is because
Oscars.
I was, what's that?
I didn't care.
What's your just in the background take on the Oscars? Because none of us have watched them.
Did you rip those or buy them?
Well,
I bought them.
do you remember how a couple years
my
ago
girlfriend wanted to give me.
it was
pants.
all
She's
about
like,
black
"You
and
want
white"?
rips?" I'm like,
do you remember that?
Do it myself.
Like Chris Rock was the host.
Brigham, you're killing us right now.
Yeah. Okay. Start over. Ask the question again.
Okay, Todd,
Yes, Steve.
what is the meaning of life?
oh fuck! Here we go.
9/11.
So your actual question was my take
can't
on
remember.
my
Now
take
I
on
wanna
the
know your take on
Oscars.
life.
My take on Oscars.
And 9/11.
Do you remember a couple years back when there was no African American people nominated and they made it all about black and white? And of course,
Yep.
Division.
Chris Rock was the host.
Division.
And then all the jokes were about people like crazy stuff. NFL players got in trouble for tweeting, why does it got to be about black and white?
Division.
Yeah.
Like that's a
yeah,
bad thing. Anyways, last night was about dick and pussy and not enough pussy. So there
What?
there was even last night
What?
it wasn't
Not
No,
enough.
like
female winner?
you need to clarify that.
The Oscars?
No, well,
What?
Okay, let me elaborate. A couple years ago, there was
Are you sure you're not talking about the AVN Awards?
in the background.
a couple
Sounds
years
like he's
ago,
talking about the AVN Awards, right?
a couple years ago.
Todd, that was the Indiana Awards that you
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about the Oscars, not the adult video
Okay,
award.
so if you allow me to be
Ben's win a lot
if you
of
allow me to be
awards.
serious for
No,
a
it
minute.
was what is it? Dead body abuse. That's it.
yeah, dead body abuse.
Best video.
That's someone searched that earlier.
Matthew's dropping
Best-
that mic.
Someone searched that around
best-
7:45 p.m.
Best search. Best
Todd,
search. Dead
can
body.
we make him read a few?
Todd,
Oh my God, can we?
Can we please?
Todd, what's
I
your
don't think
take
it-
on the Oscars?
I don't think he's been here for it yet, has he?
Did you catch any of the first part
Yeah,
that I
so
said?
Fire it
last
up,
night-
make
hold
him
on,
read
guys. Todd's got the floor, literally, because he's sitting on it. Todd,
Hold it.
so you were saying that the theme of last night's Enchanted Oscars was dick and pussy.
Not enough pussy.
Oh, not enough pussy.
Yes, a couple years
From
ago.
that's
there
from
were-
a privileged sexist male.
No, it has nothing to do
White
with me.
male.
I could be colorless, man. Genderless.
Well, you said there's not enough pussy. That
I
sounds
never said
pretty
what my
misogynist.
opinion was. I
What was
said
that?
what, I said what it
It was
was.
one of those.
That's pretty misogynist.
No.
There wasn't enough pussy there.
Okay, first of all, shut the fuck up and let
Well-
me answer the question, please.
Yeah,
You can't-
This
Give
is
It's a
not my
joke.
opinion. This is what happened.
him the floor.
Okay.
A couple years ago, there were no African Americans nominated, so they were.
No, I already heard that.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make sure. Last
was there.
night, they made sure, because last year there was no females nominated. So last year, there was people saying things. The Golden Globes, actresses had to say things about the fact. And last night, every actress that went up,
Who hosted
Nominated.
last night?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Who hosts next year? Do you know?
I don't even know.
Because next year maybe they'll talk about how I'm not
It
nominated.
doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Like it
Of
started
course
at
it
the
is.
Golden Globes, and then of course it's not like the women are non-existent at the Oscars, but every time a woman was nominated, and a woman was presenting or giving away the award, whatever, it was always like the nominees for whatever are these four guys in a whatever amazing, like, put a bunch of verbs in about how awesome this woman is, also is nominated. And then at the end of it, I can't remember the actress's name, but she came up and kind of put on a show where she was overexcited and winded. She's like, oh my gosh, she's like, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. She's like, if I fall down, if I collapse, she's like, pick me up because I got some shit to say. And that's how she did it. She, and then she got every woman who was in the building who works in the industry stand up, blah 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 blah. So it was the whole way through, and then that was literally like the second last award, so she made it a big deal, and even said, she's like, Meryl Streep, you stand up, everybody's standing up.
Is that Frances McDormand?
What?
So is that? So it's on purpose for more separation.
That's what it was. And every person, every female who went up and did a giveaway or a whatever, they all all the dialogue all the way through was about that. Just like a couple, So that's not me making fun of it. That's actually what occurred. Yeah. And I noticed it started at the Golden Globes, when like Natalie Portman.
You understand why though, right?
Yeah, but the Golden Globes, wasn't that when they were all wearing black?
I don't know, man.
And that was the Time's Up movement.
Well, a couple months ago at the Golden Globes, Natalie Portman gave away an award, and she said, the nominees for this are, she's like, none of which are a woman. But you know what? 5 people in the world. I never got nominated, and I'm a man. Should I feel where am I on the total? Right?
Who? But 5 of your men colleagues.
Todd,
I'm using an example.
Thinking about yourself. You always turn around to make yourself.
Everybody wants inclusion.
That's not the point.
It's not like the whole.
Who said what about me?
just
I'm using an
normal.
example.
Last time we talked about this, you were here.
Steve didn't get nominated for Best Director at the Golden Globes this year.
He's not a director of any movie that was nominated at the Golden Globes.
But you know what? Do you have any idea how many movies were directed by people last year?
I understand
5 people.
Yes,
get nominated.
Do you understand why they are saying this, though? This is what you are failing to see.
No, I get what they're saying. I told you what they're saying. What I'm saying is...
You're rolling your eyes at this whole women's movement by saying, oh, brother,
that's an accusation.
This is the fucking problem for years.
That's a fucking accusation.
Legit,
I never said anything. I'm telling you what happened on the award show last night.
I know, but
you're rolling your eyes why is Natalie Portman even mentioning that a woman wasn't even nominated?
Is how you're saying
why weren't they saying this 2-3 years ago?
Why? Because
women had better movies they directed that year, and last year they didn't. I'm asking a valid question.
That's not why. That's
because it's all distraction.
Is it make me sound like some kind of fucking asshole? And
here, read this and tell me who won the Oscars.
You know what? Let me put it this way, another way. If like the Olympics say they want to make it all one category and complete inclusion, so there's no longer a women's 100 meter and a men's 100 meter. It's just 100 meter.
That's something else, though.
Okay, but you put it's the same talent. So you take the same.
I don't think that's the same talent. I don't think you can.
Okay, let me finish. You take the same talent. Those people have the same talent. You take directors. They have the same talent.
Yeah, but my ability to be a good director is based on my creativity and my skill and my mind, whereas my ability to run faster than a man who has twice as much muscle mass as me is solely based on my genetics.
I think you have more muscle mass than me.
But some guy just won Best Female Wrestler two years in a row, state championship. Because
because legally they have to go by gender.
But that is a whole other scenario.
But we have to be open. We have to be open to that as well because it's on the table.
I think that is
it's on the table.
The problem is that people care too much about all of this.
I don't.
All I'm saying, sorry to cut you off. All I'm saying is, what is it next year? I saw a French guy win yesterday, but I didn't see any Asian guys win. So are they going to be pissed?
No,
but next year, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't, because you're missing the point.
You're missing the big point that women are finally starting.
Yes, you just.
I did. I literally did because you were looking at me. Because apparently I don't get it.
You don't.
Hey, tell me.
And that's what's frustrating. Tell you what.
Tell me what the point is. You just said I don't know.
The point is that women are finally making a stand in Hollywood, and that's a big deal. When that is
Is it about what happened with some of those guys that made sexual?
It is.
Or is it about who directed the best?
No. It is, but you have to understand the whole power dynamic behind what those men did. Right. Those men did what they did because they were in positions of power, and they used those powers not just to subjugate women.
You know what the crazy thing is?
Push their ideas forward. I literally, I shouldn't even say this, but I've worked next to, I call them the He-Man Woman Haters Club from the Little Rascals. I've literally worked next to a man that I will say something to him because I have been in the business longer than he has, and I know not more than what he does, but a different opinion. Hey, this is why we do this. We do this because of whatever. Mm-hmm. and my idea is completely dismissed. My male colleague can work, it can come up 2 seconds after I just said that, regurgitate the exact same thing that I just said. Wow, that's a great point. I'm so glad that you told me that. And that is not even an exaggeration. That is legit. That happened to me not that long ago. And I
that
walked
doesn't
away
mean
and I was
it's
like,
everywhere.
wow, because I have a vagina. I'm not saying that happens everywhere, but
it is everywhere though.
I
don't think it
I
is.
dismiss guys just.
I disagree.
woman,
Dude,
You don't see that.
Maybe in your fucking world, but my world, I listen to what girls
yes,
say.
but that's
Smaller than
your
my
world.
world.
My world is. I'm not saying it's not in your world. I'm just. I'm saying like it.
That's
I'm
you
not
as
saying
a
it doesn't
man.
happen, but I think it's also your place to be like, listen, motherfucker.
I have. I'm like, I have literally. I looked
Don't
him
let
in the eye
him.
and I
Don't
said,
let him fucking forget
I literally
it.
walked away and I said,
Don't let him
"Oh,
forget
because
it.
I have a vagina, my opinion and my thoughts aren't valid." And I literally said that as I walked behind him. I have argued with this same man to death over the most pointless shit, and my male colleague will come up and say it, not basically the exact same way I just said it.
Yeah.
Wow, wow! I didn't even
unfortunately,
think about it that way.
There
That's
always
so
is going to be
smart.
pieces of shit in the world. Absolutely.
But it's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
prevalent than you would think.
Well, I don't
You realize guys
disagree.
do that
I'm not
to each other
disagreeing.
as well, though, right?
Yes, but as if like.
Again, man.
Women,
I'm talking about.
Lots of women are more passive than the guys who get the same thing done to.
I
too.
understand that.
It's all. I mean,
you don't
if
think
it's a
that's
matter
cause
of.
and effect of society?
I understand that, but why are we so
I'm just
passive?
saying it still happens. It's not just something.
I'm
that
not a
happens.
passive female.
It is something that happens to men as well. From
Todd is.
It happens. Lots.
Not-
I've been pushed around. Fuck, you kidding me?
Again, you're making yourself the victim.
Oh
when
my
we're
God.
talking.
I'm
But this is
Just
what we're
'cause I
talking
use
about.
I'm not a
myself as an
passive
example.
female, and I'm very
Exactly, man. No one
opinionated.
feels sorry for you. You're a guy.
I didn't ask
And you're
anybody
a
to feel
white
sorry
guy.
for me.
I don't feel victimized.
Holy shit balls.
George
But-
Lopez
Yeah, but
was
we-
fucking abused.
Are you like the fucking?
What the
Bullied,
fuck?
man.
You're like the
I get it.
YouTube angel.
Thank you. That's what I'm fucking saying.
What?
Everybody gets bullied.
As soon as you say you're a white guy, then you're bullying. It's the same thing.
Different than what the women have gone through for fucking decades, for hundreds of years.
But it doesn't dismiss what people have
Well,
gone through in
I don't know about
this
hundreds of
It
lifetime.
years.
doesn't make any
because
difference. It's a different.
You're still
Yeah.
If they've only
dismissing
been
the
if
fact
they've
what
only
we're
been in the
talking
work.
about.
No, but if you're gonna
So
say
long, it's
white
100
male,
years.
then you're just being
It's
a
what?
fucking
I don't know
racist
what year
thing
women
yourself.
started.
Like you're
Not being a
absolutely you are. You're just
but it
falling
hasn't
into
been-
the like
Around
fucking
Hasn't been
the
hundreds
circle
of
of what
years.
people are
He
saying.
said hundred. He said hundreds.
It's kind
It hasn't been hundreds of years.
ridiculous.
No.
World War One is when
Agreed.
women started.
Like
having
it,
to
it
be-
just
they were forced
doesn't.
to
It
work
doesn't.
in positions.
Yeah,
when men
but
went
then
to
it
war.
was still
Are
different.
women
You're
fucking
talking,
treated?
like,
Of course.
literally, like
I don't
World War
disagree.
II, even like women were only put into factories because
Yeah,
the men
yeah.
were gone.
Yeah, it hasn't been hundreds of years. It hasn't been.
Listen,
Well,
they
you're-
tricked women into this whole working.
Like, we-
They
No,
tricked them.
listen. I would
That's the
love to
thing.
be a housewife sitting at home just saying
What?
kids.
Can you repeat that,
Be a
please?
house husband.
Repeat that
I'm
because
fucking down.
that's a big thing that the women will not admit, and you just did, and that's
You
a
know what
beautiful
though?
thing.
You have to at the same time give those stay-at-home moms or stay-at-home dads that like,
Absolutely.
it's not easy. It's not an easy
Either
gig. It's not
or.
an easy gig.
Either or. But I mean, the reality is, there once was a time where the man could go make enough money, and take care of the whole family.
Yes.
Now, it's just clearly not the way it works. But yet they've made girls think like, well, if we don't work, we're not. Like they've made it a thing. And I'm not saying it's not like obviously everything should be the same. You know, whether a guy wants to stay home and whatever.
Yeah.
But they've
Women judge each other, and we're
made it
just as
so
hard on
everyone
each
has to
other
work, and
as-
they want people to fight about it to work more. It's crazy. Like that.
You said, you get bullied as a guy from other guys. We still feel that same, like, if I'm a stay-at-home mom and you're a working mom and you feel that judgment from each other, we get that all the time. Well, why can't you just work? Well, why don't you stay home with your kids? You're a bad mom. Like, we get those judgments from other females as well. But being a female in a mostly male environment, if you're not a strong, opinionated person and you can't stand up for yourself, you are just going to get washed along and just... It's not an easy gig.
I can see that too. I get that.
I can stand up for myself. I don't feel victimized by guys because if you're a dick to me, I'm gonna be a dick right back to you.
But you know what?
Not every female does that. So
In all
they're like,
honesty,
okay.
if I walked in a room with 6 women, how do you think I'd feel?
I
Like,
think
if-
you can hold
no,
your
they're all
own.
No,
I
fucking
think
no,
you
with
can
their
hold
no,
your
I
own.
can't. Like, I worked on a line once with all these women, and they shredded me every day. They just
how often-
fucking destroyed me. Like, they made fun of me. No, I don't hate women. I fucking love it, dude. I was raised by a single mother, man. I don't hate women.
Cries at night.
But my point is, these chicks rip me to shreds every day.
To shreds?
They're like, "Hey, why don't you hurry up, fatty?" This is what they
See,
said to me.
that's not wrong. That's not right either. Like, that's awful. I don't think you should treat any human being that way. I don't
I'm
think.
just saying it works. Like I was very intimidated.
I'm not
Like a
saying it
guy,
doesn't.
you don't think guys are intimidated by females? We're terrified of y'all. We can't even
Not in a way
stare
that
at
they
you.
could kill and rape you.
We can't even look at you. Well, those people are fucking
A
nuts.
few. There's probably.
But like we can't even
Girls
talk
that
to you
can kill
long
me.
enough to like get your digits
But
and
that's
shit.
not
Is that
every
a thing
male,
anymore? Or is
though.
it not?
You have to understand that that's a minority of males that you come across that are intimidated by you. The majority are fluffing their feathers and acting like they're big shit. And
I don't know. You put
dicks.
that guy in a room with 100 girls, and I think he's gonna be hiding his feathers.
It's mostly females that I work with at this one
Look at-
restaurant,
look
and
at- just watch a nature documentary, man. We learn so much from the animals that live on this planet that's oh my god, that's our fucking behavior. Look at the peacock.
Yeah.
The male
Yeah.
peacock is the pretty one.
No, you're
it's
right.
always the males
Every
are
bird.
always the pretty ones.
Thank you,
Every
Steve. Are you saying I'm pretty?
Bird, they're all the bright,
Like,
colorful
yeah,
ones. They have to do the
fish,
dance.
male
and, yeah.
fish are always the bright ones.
They have to do the dance and make the art
We always
to
talk
get
about
the female.
the ostrich mating call.
But-
Just like
I will say this, right?
Who
Like,
gives a fuck?
Female-
Must
Wait,
Finish
finish this.
together.
I
No, Todd. Let me
Yeah.
finish this part though.
All
Let me
right.
finish this part.
Go ahead.
My girlfriend has blonde hair, like Steve. She dyes it.
Like Steve.
So I at one point in our relationship, this is probably like 5-6 years ago, I said, why don't you go natural?
like Steve.
Like Steve, yes. So she did, and I think like it was like 2 months, not even 2 months, and she was like, I don't like it. I hate it. I was like, why? I love it. And the reality of it was,
It's not
she wasn't getting catcalled. She wasn't getting attention. People didn't give a fuck.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God. Like, I don't even want to say swear to God, but that's the truth. Like, she was really upset with the lack of attention she received because she wasn't used to it.
Yeah, I guess so.
And which is crazy in itself. Like, you just throw a blonde wig on anything from a distance, and
Yeah,
dudes are like,
yeah.
"Woo, what's up?" You know, like
Have you tried it?
I think catcalls are.
Where-
I'm gonna do it. You want to do it?
Though.
Can we do that next podcast?
But yeah, so what's your point though?
What's my point?
Yeah.
Is that
Are you saying that we like
is-
the attention?
I'm
like
saying it works both
attention?
ways.
Are you projecting that
I don't-
on every
Like,
female,
there's
though?
no.
Because I'm a very different female. Like, I'm the type of. Like,
There's-
I'm
there-
not
there-
trying
no,
to
but
look you
that's-
in the eye because I don't want you coming over here talking to me. I don't. If I take a bus, I look down. I'm not looking at anybody.
I do that too.
I'm not engaging in some random conversation
Same
with
here.
you because I don't want you to talk to me
Same here.
because you're probably some creepy guy. Like,
Same here.
All I know is you can't say much about anything without being made. I've been made to sound like a fucking asshole on this program tonight. So I'm not gonna
Just
say.
going by what
I
you're
don't think
saying.
you're an
Yeah,
asshole.
but I was. You said that I rolled my eyes like numerous times.
Oh, you weren't here for Trump.
No, I did. I did to mock the fact that I didn't at the end. Yes, because like 3-4 times
No,
you
you
said I
did
rolled my
before we
eyes.
pointed it
No,
I to
no. I'm gonna shook my head.
Todd's defense, I think he was just trying to get his point across that that's how the Oscars
Well,
went down.
All I was trying to tell you was what happened.
Todd
Really, I don't
loves
give a shit. You know
current
what?
affairs in the
But
media.
all I will say is I'm not down for the equality shit. I'm all about the equity because I think equality is not necessary.
Well, there's no such thing as equality.
Attainable. Yeah, it's not.
What's equity though? Equity.
This is the basic thing. You give equality is you give everybody the same thing, but it doesn't work for everybody.
No.
Okay.
Equity
It
is
can't.
when you give everybody what they need to have the same.
okay.
So the
Fair enough.
common
Yeah,
cartoon
because
shows 3 people at a fence that are different heights. A boy,
Exactly,
a
I was
man,
just
a
gonna say,
woman.
like, different
They get
heights
the
wouldn't
same
work.
Box. The woman's still on her tippy toes. The kid can't see at all.
Yeah.
But equity is they all get the right box to all be able to see levelly over the fence.
I've seen that meme.
And it's
I see
and
that.
it's very true.
on the internet.
yeah,
It is
absolutely.
true.
That's how I sit. So
It
sometimes,
is true, right?
That's why
Come on the
sometimes
Facebook.
if I was to roll my eyes at anything, it's the equality part because it's to me it's not logical. People are going for the wrong things. It doesn't help anybody.
But that's because they're brainwashed, man.
At the end of the day, it still doesn't work for
That's what they've heard, and
so
that's the sad
that's
part.
all I'm gonna say. And hopefully it doesn't make me sound like a fucking cocksucker like I did 10 minutes ago. But that's why that stuff to me is just like, are you kidding me? I don't think actors, people who are that they're the best spokespeople either. I mean, they have.
Oh, this started with the question: did you watch the Oscars?
They have. But there are.
So yes,
those women are in positions where
In the bodies in
lots
the
of
woods?
money is on the line when those things have been posed to them. I understand why it works and why they. You know what I mean? I get it. Women do the same thing. I've been coaxed into by people in power, men and women.
Oh, I've been screwed by
and
chicks.
It's not over millions of dollars.
It doesn't make a
Famous
difference.
in another movie. It didn't really get me anywhere.
Was it hand
So I'm
jobs?
just saying it happens on every level. Nowhere in the country, nowhere in the continent or in the world is the same thing. You know, what works for you doesn't work for me, and so on. I don't give a matter
But
what
Todd,
your genitalia looks
when
like.
We've talked about this in the past.
Well, I know you always get pissed and call me
you
names.
You may not roll your eyes physically. Guys.
What?
Dude, I'm talking to Todd. Who cares about pot right now?
Unfortunately, he
You're
can't
fucking
pay
talking.
attention.
Shut the fuck up.
I didn't
Todd.
say anything.
Todd.
Go ahead.
When we've talked about this in the past, you might not physically roll your eyes, but you roll your eyes with the tone of your voice. Just like,
At some
here we
things,
go.
for sure.
And you're not the only one.
But it's not only that conversation.
Guys on a
Do you remember what happened in our last conversation? Do you remember?
My
Do you remember what happened in our last conversation?
Hold on. My point is
What?
that you stop trying to bring your own kind of strife into these situations. When we talk about the struggle of
strife?
a woman,
Because I
Just-
use myself as a
but
comparison.
all you can do.
I'm saying anybody. I don't.
Hold on.
I say me as an immediate thing because it's easy to say me.
All you can do, though, right, when we're talking about a subject like woman, something that you're not, is just listen.
I do listen, but you attack.
That's
And
weird. Why don't
No,
people
I don't
listen when we
think
talk
you
about
should.
just
I mean,
guys? So
obviously
it's-
Last time was.
No.
Well, it was
You
several
get-
accusations, and
you
you started to
roll-
piss me off.
You roll
So then
your
you
eyes.
shut off.
You roll
the
your
volume.
eyes. There's a difference. You don't listen. You roll your eyes like, oh, these women are complaining for
Okay.
equality. But
You heard the roll. Of my eyes
Remember,
and
we
my
grew up
tone.
with
I know,
a
I get
single
it.
mother,
I-
man.
like-
We don't.
There's
We.
the roll of the eyes.
I worship women,
Yeah, man. Are you shitting
but
me?
like
all I think about all day is women.
this feminist logic that's coming out is crazy.
Your understanding of what they're saying right now tells me otherwise.
Okay, let me ask you a
What
question.
what gives
Every
you
single
such a
woman-
vagina though
I'm gonna ask
to
you a
like
question, and they're not
to?
even gonna pay
I have,
attention.
dude. I have more empathy.
If
I have more empathy than you'll ever
the 5
imagine.
best
That's a
movies
Trump
directed
quote.
this
You just-
past
you
year,
sound
whatever.
like-
I have
Or by men.
the most
Yes.
empathy. People will
more
say,
empathy.
everyone
Does that
will
mean
say,
everybody has
everyone
the right
says I have
bitch?
the.
Or what if next year it's
I have the
all-
biggest
what if next
empathy.
year
Oh
it's
wait,
5
I meant
women?
compassion.
And men get a chance to complain?
Agree.
But seriously,
I
like,
understand
does
your
every
point.
You don't think I'm
category have to have
empathetic?
A
Of
male
course I am.
African American, a male white, a female Chinese.
No,
like,
I'm
No,
not.
but this is
You
the
didn't hear what we were
revolutionary-
talking
This
about.
is a revolutionary.
You didn't
time.
hear what we
I
just
know
said.
what you're saying though.
No, you
no,
don't.
he was.
You don't. You
no,
didn't hear what I said.
I understand that point. Like maybe the 5 best movies that were directed by men.
No, I know, but the reason that
But- What if
that's
next
happening
year
right
it
now
was
is
5
because we're in a
female-
revolution.
I don't.
And who
If next year
cares?
it's 5 female,
Because there was like
nominees, do we?
It'll
billion
never be
movies
5
that came
female.
out last
It'll
year.
never be
Dude,
5 female.
dude,
If they're the
I'll
best,
bet money on it right now.
directed
I'll bet
movies,
money
they
on it
should
right
be.
now that it'll never. Yes, absolutely, it should be.
Last night,
But
people
I will,
got pissed
but that's
when
not
a
what the
man
point
won
is.
when a woman was nominated. You could
It's-
see it in the crowd.
Should you get angry when a
And these
man
are
wins?
fucking phenomenal motherfuckers, man.
Should we get mad when a male wins over a female? No, that's not the point. And I get what you were saying. That's not what the point is.
It created a lot of
It will
tension in
never
that
happen
room.
where-
It's gonna be though.
Even though everybody was
That's
behind
where
it
they're
will never
heading.
happen where there's 5 females, and the fact that it was 5 males, it just every single woman that I know has always, like, there is some male that you know in your life that just has that power. They are pushy, they are aggressive, and that's what it is in Hollywood. Like, they're pushy, aggressive males. They use their power to over.
But one guy won last
Women
night,
do the
and
same thing in Hollywood
he
though.
seemed like the kindest, gentlest little French.
The difference
It's not
is-
Still don't
him.
understand
It's
why
not
this is
him.
happening, though.
It's
Wait. One thing I want to get across is that men are way less likely to report abuse of a woman.
From a woman.
100%. And I'm going to say this again. We were at a place one night and someone asked a question, has any dude here ever been raped by a chick? And 6 or 7 of the 8 people raised their hand. And when I was like, holy fuck, because I thought I was alone. it turns out it happens. But we're not saying anything. And no one wants to talk about that. Like, we're just like, fuck those guys, you know?
I
So, like, I take it
talk about
personally.
female rape either. The girls
Of course
always
we do. I talk about it every day. What do you mean?
The girls are always.
I don't rape
slut.
girls. That's
we
why.
We're always asking for it. I
what about the
literally
Go-Go's?
just had on my Facebook. So was it?
Yeah,
Headley?
but what I'm saying is
Headley,
I
the
didn't
guy
even
from Headley,
report
was
it
just
because people aren't going to take me seriously.
a male
Period.
on my Facebook that has a daughter just posted, wow, this is fucked up. I bet you any money that no famous person's ever had to rape somebody to get laid. This girl's probably just some lying ass slut. And I read that article and I was like, wow, like, you're a father and you just posted that.
Yeah, but that's
you want to know
one
why
idiot.
women don't come forward, especially when it's a celebrity? Because nobody's gonna believe you.
That's one. Of
You
course,
were
I
told
get.
that
I
time
wouldn't
that
come
nobody
forward.
is ever gonna believe
I didn't
you.
come. I didn't come
the one-
forward.
That
The one
mentality
girl
is so
said that.
I didn't come
rancid.
forward for a regular
Sex
person.
was on the table,
That's
but
let alone
then
a celebrity.
But there's several cases.
she admitted that she was there to have sex, but then changed her mind and said no. And
She said
I'm
she was
sorry, no
forced to
means
do
no.
certain things,
Yeah,
yeah.
she was forced to have anal, and that was her no.
Are you talking about
Headley.
fucking
Headley.
Headley? Yeah, no, that's wrong. Yeah,
But to post,
can't do that.
no, I guarantee that no famous person would ever have to rape to have sex. Right there, that's nobody's gonna believe you.
It's like, hey,
that
did you
woman
not
is not gonna
remember
come
Bill
forward because
Cosby?
nobody's gonna believe you.
Yeah, but
I don't disagree.
something like
I'm not
that,
disagreeing about the famous people.
you lose. Once you say
No.
something like that,
What about the
I will
Go-Go's?
be incredibly open right now. I was raped and I was told that nobody would ever believe me, and I believe that person, and I never said anything to
but
anybody.
What I mean, the father.
I'm telling you, I'm not reporting to the police. I just want to reiterate that.
Yeah.
Once you have that, once you get that mentality out there, once you say that, you lose.
Yes.
That's what I mean.
Yes, that's what I'm exactly like. No, he wasn't the father of the girl. He shared it. He shared that article, and he has a daughter, like a young daughter.
Yeah, so
but
the
I'm like,
the mentality of
yeah,
that,
I'm like you
you've
like,
lost this conversation.
yeah, absolutely.
You've just fucking lost it.
Like, you have a daughter,
What about the
and like,
Go-Go's? The Go-Go's openly admitted back in the day that in the 80s when they were touring that they would literally tie up and sexually torture their crew. And they're open about it. So how any of those guys now go back and say, look, they admitted it. And the Go-Go's all lose their career and lives now? Can they
But
do
why
that?
do you keep
It's
bringing-
out
Why do
there.
you keep bringing up arguments to something that there should be no debate for?
Why is it not wrong?
it
why-
is still wrong. But
but
nobody-
no-
It
but-
is-
but
it's absolutely
nobody's-
wrong, but it's so few.
But nobody is going to say
It's-
anything
yeah,
about it.
because
There were
those
no-
victims,
there's
those
no
victims are
complaints.
going to have to be the ones making the complaints when there's no.
So is it
Or-
worse for a
or
female to
they
get
were like,
raped than a
"Sweet,
male?
I'm getting sexually
Or is it
tortured
the
by
same
Belinda
thing?
Carlisle.
It's the
Like,
same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but do you
I
think
just
that
wasn't
as a
sure
female,
based on where we
do
were
you think that
going.
as a female, like, I'm going to a Pearl Jam show and like I have a significant other and I'm meeting Eddie Vedder for the first time, that I just want to bang him because he's a star?
There's nothing to do with that. These guys worked for the Go-Go's. They were
Yeah,
their
so
crew
then okay,
every
maybe
day on
they
the road
weren't
for
victims.
years.
Maybe they did enjoy it. That's why they never
sure.
came forward and said. But then the Go-Go's are the ones you said admitted
but could
it.
they now come back and be like, you know what, this happened, and obviously it's public, so can now
That
we...
is so just out there, though. That's
It's
so.
but it's an interesting perspective. It's out there, and
But
nobody.
it's no different than Bill
Yeah, but that-
Cosby.
It was laughable.
It's no different than Bill Cosby. It's no different.
It's no different than Bill Cosby, but the
I don't
It
see
came
how.
out
I just
after.
don't see how that
Way
argument is like they're not coming forward and saying, "Hey, I was raped." So maybe.
they won't. It's already out there.
Yeah, but that's
Because
what I
not
mean.
many
And-
dudes do. That's the whole point.
They have the proof and support.
What guys
So
are going to
does
say
that-
a
what does
woman
that
raped them?
prove?
I don't know. What do any allegations prove?
How many guys
But
have
they
reported
never
women
made-
raping?
But they never
Anyone?
made allegations.
Anyone?
Go-Go-
If
Dude, it
they
happens
did,
far
no.
But they didn't.
Like if they said, "No,
You
we
think?
want to say something,"
Or
But they
because you don't
didn't.
hear about it?
But
It's not like
these other people
Headley
that
was
do.
walking around saying, "Yeah,
No,
I
you
acted
don't.
inappropriately with a
Power
female,"
structure-wise,
and then the female
yes.
came forward.
Yes.
Dude, it's a different basis.
The
It might
female
not be
came forward and said,
physically
"This happened to me."
overwhelmingly taking you
It's much
over.
different.
Yeah,
But if you're
didn't say
passed
that
out
it
and the
happened
chick's sitting on your
like-
cock when you wake up,
Like if
that's fucking rape.
The Go-Go's have said that this happened.
So
But that's
what's the
what I mean.
difference?
So they don't. These guys don't have to come.
Yeah,
forward, but
exactly.
Nobody
Like-
gave them any trouble
They're
for it.
talking.
All right,
dude.
whatever.
We can't talk at the same time.
Nobody gave them any trouble
just
for it. Is all I'm
find it,
saying.
like-
It
I
wasn't.
still
It
don't
didn't even
understand
seem
the
wrong.
argument. I still don't understand the
What
argument.
I'm
Do you
saying
understand the
is
argument?
when that group of women sexually whatever their crew, you know, whatever, they admitted to it or talked about it. Those guys don't. They have an open and shut case. It's not even an allegation. It happened.
But why didn't they come forward?
Well,
then,
they didn't
if
need to.
it's-
They were talking
guys.
because they were, like I said, they're probably like,
And
great,
what?
I'm getting screwed
And
by
what?
Belinda
And they
Carlisle.
enjoyed it,
They're afraid of
and it
being
was fine,
fucking
and they
treated
didn't
like
care, and
idiots.
they were
That's
getting
what I've been trying
paid.
to say. Like,
Possibly.
But that's what I mean. So
Probably.
if they were a
But
willing,
guys
if
are
they were
terrified of telling
a
the
willing participant, and they were like, yeah, whatever, screw it, tie me up, I don't give a shit. You're
Or they
Linda
never,
Carlisle, I
or
love
they never
you.
said anything till now. They just were like, okay.
But they
it wasn't-
never
My whole
said
point is,
anything.
how
No
many
one knew
guys
these
call
other
and say,
people.
"Look, a chick raped me and abused me"? How
Okay,
many? What are
and
the odds?
Also, the amount of women that come forward and say, "Hey, a man, rape me," is the tip of the iceberg, and the iceberg's probably this big underneath
Same
the water.
with women raping men.
Okay, I agree. I'm not saying that.
Then
but
we're in agreement.
Humans are
So
shitty.
we're all
men
bad.
raping- or
Let's
men
just leave it
raping
at let's just not make it like a one gender is the problem,
I'm not-
because that's not the truth. No, but he was leading into that too, and it's like,
Dude, your arguments are fucking dumb.
my argument's dumb when I said a chick fucking raped me.
No, not that. It's just.
Well, then what the fuck?
This go-go fucking story that got brought up for some
But
reason.
it's
We're
still a
talking about
it's
women-
still a true
women who, by
point.
the majority get overpowered by men just because.
It's still a
physically
true
they're
point, though.
smaller.
But-
yeah, it is. But
The point is, I bring up the Go-Go's,
You're
and you
just
think it's
disregarding-
moot, but it
you're
happened.
disregarding the main-
I'm just saying it fucking happened.
You see that?
It's true.
I'm not saying that
They don't
women
even
can
have
be-
to say anything allegedly. People are having their lives ruined
for you, bud.
allegedly.
But did they say
This
that they
happened.
ruin lives? Were they like, well, I
just-
totally ruined like this guy's life. Like I tied him up and I banged him. And,
How
like,
long
and-
is too long to not say anything? People are saying things 10, 20, 30 years later.
Yes,
so
but
are
these
they.
people never came forward as a victim, is what I'm saying.
They haven't yet, but they could.
But again, when I
Okay,
said
if
how
they
many
do,
guys-
if they do, then I will.
But it's
I
a
will-
How
Well,
many
it's a
guys
closed
come
case, is
forward
what
with
I'm saying. If
women
they did.
treating them terribly?
It's
I'm going to say it
proven.
again.
Whereas allegations,
takes them
there's nothing
seriously?
Proven,
I'm
right?
confused.
Okay, let me put it.
I've been that way since I was
If I
born.
said 30 years ago you did this, it's an allegation. But if I said 30 years ago this happened, and she said it, she admitted, she proved it. My case closed, open, close.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So-
So if they, so say
But
these
people
guys
laughed off the Go-Go's
legit
thing 'cause it was
wanted, they were
women.
like, wow, like, no, she totally ruined my life, and like, I could probably get some money out of this. Why would they not come forward after the
Maybe they
Go-Go's were like, hey, we did this? Why wouldn't you come forward? Be like, yeah, no, that happened. It ruined my life. It was awful.
The only logical, if they ruin their lives.
But that's what
If
you're
they did.
alleging is that that they were total 100% victims, and
Well, I don't know. I wasn't there. But they made it sound, when they say use the word torture, sexually torture, that doesn't sound like you're always on the willing side. But yeah, I'd be willing to bet if there's a reason why, it would be because they're getting fucked by what's her name in the Bangle or the Go-Go's. They were the hottest.
yeah, who's gonna listen?
Well,
to
that's
you?
just it. Is there
You
a
know?
line there?
yeah,
And
but
who
it's already
cares?
come out is what
Jenna
he's saying.
Jameson.
But it was laughable
But
because it
Brigham-
was the opposite. That's what I'm
But
saying.
Brigham,
It
he's
was
already
laughable.
saying like these girls admitted to doing it, so then why not come out?
Because guys are not going to do that.
Okay, but were they scarred by it?
We don't know. That's the
But
point.
See, this is what I mean, though. For you to bring up an argument to what we're talking about, how
So only girls are scarred by it and not guys. Like
I'm
it
saying-
brings up a whole other thing.
If
that at
women
all.
committed the
No, I'm
same
not saying you
crime,
are. I'm just
but
saying it's
but
like a-
proven, not alleged. It's laughed off. You guys are dismissing it. So clearly,
We saw
not
UFOs and no one
dismissing anything.
cares.
I'm saying there's no
he said it
victim.
shouldn't even be brought up.
it's the way that
We
you
don't
bring-
know if they're victims. We don't know
it's
how
the
they
way
feel.
you're
No, but
bringing
it's
it
your
up, though. It's
particular
just like,
story.
Oh, well, what about this? So you're disregarding
man.
what we're talking about.
I never
Like, oh, women
disregarded it at all.
Okay.
are
He said-
overexaggerating.
Wait,
He said
wait,
it was
time out. This just reminded me of old Conan O'Brien, Max Weinberg, when he did a public service announcement. No, he did a public service announcement. And he said, "Who says prostitution is not a victimless crime? Where's my wallet, bitch?" I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that.
I don't know what to do with that. And on that note, we're going to take a break and we'll be back for our exciting conclusion.
Max Weinberg said that.
Yeah, so I watched the Oscars
We're
last
finished
night.
with Todd
You'll
reading.
find out if
Fuck
we're all
all
friends
of
at when we come.
We're gonna finish with Todd.
Fuck your couch.
We're gonna finish with Todd reading Porn MD live searches.
I still felt the need to say that shit to me. And
But I don't feel like that. I feel like that's still even the minority.
Everybody's different.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. Everybody's
My ex can sew, like Gary can sew that like he can actually like sew a button. He can sew like an actual seam. That's shocking to me. That Gary can. He sews
a little bit of a turn on.
A little bit. Like when I knew he could do that, I was like, wow. Like I had a rip in a pair of jeans, and like you couldn't even tell there. I was like, wow, that's like. He's like, here, come to me, and like I was like, wow, that's so impressive.
Most of the
really
girls I've dated in the last
batch
of years didn't even know how to cook. So it's
Yeah.
like, how the fuck are you taking care of me? Like,
Yeah.
how do you feel like, you know, they didn't buy you a blender for Friday on your birthday? And if I did, it was because you said you wanted one because you make protein shakes or some shit.
You're really specific, Todd.
Well, I was using a specific example, basically. Dude, I'll never forget
Get the fuck
that.
out of the way.
I'll never forget that shit for the rest of my life.
Back in your spot.
I don't have a spot.
You want a chair?
Even though it cost me $17.50.
I offer him a chair that lasts. You want a chair?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
For the
Grab
last
your
5
mic
minutes.
because we're coming back.
Coming back.
I'll grab it if I feel the need to speak.
We're going live.
Just shout when you talk.
5, 4, 3.
I look like ball grabbing to me, man.
That's like Wayne's World.
Are you gonna do the porn MD search to bring us back in?
Yeah.
Oh, do it.
Yeah, he should.
I should do it.
We'll just pass it around. I'll do it. We'll pass it around like a joint.
I'll do it in my nerd voice.
This will be our porn MD 360.
You want me to do it in my nerd voice, Steve? I can do that.
Whatever, man.
No, just
You
do
know
it
the
regular.
object of the game.
Yep, we were doing it while you
It's
were.
like Summer Destiny, Shelby's Glory Hole,
Gotta get them all. Don't.
Busty Latina on webcam, Elena Del Monaco, Surprise Gangbang, Jody Taylor Gangbang, doesn't count as cheating, Young MILF, Couple Swap, Bareback Cream Pie, Amateur Cream Pie Compilation, 18 Yoga, Mary Jane Johnson, Redhead Teen Amateur,
There you go, buddy.
Mom and Daughter, Barbie Hente, Video Sex, Hermadan, Kylie Jenner Anal, Asian Orgasm
Alice in
Uncensored,
Wonderbang.
Bound and Groped,
Tiff, what's
Misty Hot
I
Ebony
think it's
Cam,
like
Anal
Asian
Licking
cartoon.
Sisters, Prolapse Sucking, Outside Gangbang, Mature Hot Blondes, Asian Interracial, Random Pics, Alice in
go
Wonder
faster.
Bangland. Oh, it went black.
I think it's
I mean, the
same
screen
one.
went out.
No way. It's not the same one, man.
The last one. What was the last one?
Alice in Wonderbang is like
Alice in
a...
Wonderbang. That was what it was.
I think it's just because.
Oh, it is. Milk Bottle Tits is back.
Milk bottle tits. Callie Carter Deep Throat Eat Her Ass. She-male Chelsea Poe Butt Plug Brunette
Love
Teacher
Callie
After
Carter.
Class Come in Her Mouth Best Tit Fuck Worst Things Said. I think some of them just
Yeah.
were. Sports Pants Femdorm Humiliation Ejaculate from Alex Abundantly
I know, just like the
Sports pants.
LBFM, Your Mama's Friends, Asian Vibrator Orgasm, Lesbian Flood, Slut Wife Fucked By, Forced Sex in Hindi, Teen Body Cum Shot Compilation, Nat Turner Hotel, Asian Toilet, Softball, Selfie, Huge Messy Cream Pie, Gale, Amateur Ass Pounding, Bomb, Rebecca Ryan, Kung Fu Ass,
pounding.
Taylor Rain,
Van Morrison.
Esposa. Amusement Park Ass, Yasmin Airplane, Marsha May Anal, Zaza Lakaqueen, 18 Pog, Latest Sexy 2016 MILF Amateur,
What's POG stand?
Invisible, Omen Fuck Toy Doll. Is that like an Eric Omen
What
Fuck
is it?
Toy
Oh,
Doll?
Pog is...
White
doll.
girl.
yeah, fat ass white girl. Yeah, you're right.
Bisex
Whoa,
Stepmom,
easy,
Come
buddy.
Inside Me Daddy.
Oh, that's just wrong. Did you hear that one?
No.
Come Inside Me
expecting it.
I have
Daddy.
all these magazines.
Oh.
Glands Close Up, Sharking, Helladonna Fist. Oh, shit.
Pass it.
That's enough.
Tiff.
To me?
You gotta turn it on.
I don't know how to turn it on.
There's a side button,
I know how
You gotta stroke it.
and then a
to side button and swipe up.
Wait, pop.
Mind the step show.
Todd, have you learned nothing from
Winona
to,
Ryder, cuckold wife, Minaj Japanese anal
Winona
sex.
Ryder?
I can't take anything seriously
Private
with
fingering,
the...
Misty Stone, lesbian TLOU, Nicolette Shea, young Arab girl, cuckold caption, students casting, abuse, gangbang, lesbian teens, ball smacking, Mackenzie Pierce.
Ball smacking.
Losing, Tim. You're missing a whole bunch of losing.
Don't picture it in your mind. Don't picture it in your mind.
I think it's the echo. Especially the person that's reading it.
Teen
it's the
sis,
echo.
Yeah.
sexy young lesbian squirting on hidden camera, masturbates, movie porn, Melissa King, big dick, tiny girl.
Can't even finish. Yes.
That's a hard pass on the phone.
And think about it. People are searching this right now.
Oh my
Big
God.
Oh, the
Harry
big dick,
Hum.
tiny girl. That's what got me.
Neuro anal in the Uber. Tits office plus dildo masturbation. How do you this keeps going off.
You got a stroke?
That side, the far
Had
side.
to like go off after like a minute.
A little more towards the
Crackhead. Jordan Carver. Naked Tinder. Quick download super hot. Trini school porn. On leave. Madison Ivy DP. H casting couch HD com. Blonde MILF big tits. Goofing mother bathing 3GP. Japanese aunt. Chef MILF. Funny porn. Girls. Pixie. Wife swapping XXX.
Sportsman.
Petite Latina. Arm binder. Asian street meat. Power Rangers.
Is that all?
Did you hear that?
Is that
one?
Also referred to as a stir fry.
Power Rangers. Me Duel. Asbian Lesbian Slave. Rocco. Ultimate Surrender. One word. Missionary Cream Pie Compilation. Podium Horn. Maria Wattel. Cougar Lesbian. Mom MILF Tits Masturbate. Husband convinces his wife. Tent Sex. Tracy Williams. Black Cock Cream. MILF Big Cock Vagina. Perineum. Teen Pussy Green Pie Compilation. Hairy Girl 53. Date Jones and one.
Hairy girl.
Next time.
You can do that
Isn't
all
it
day,
just-
like when you pick
It's
a word
absurd
in the
what
dictionary,
people
you
are
see
searching
that?
for
my God.
Like a random
specifically.
word in the dictionary made
It
up.
really is.
Actual
Sexual.
searches.
Yeah.
My searches
People
seem
are
way
searching
better.
that.
Yeah.
Mine are way better. You know, like
You're
girls in
creative.
pool
You're
that are
really
hot.
creative. Like you're just, you know what you want.
No,
Man,
but that's the
just-
problem,
just
right?
like
Right now, I'm just waiting for a good one to jump.
How
in
is
on.
it? How are people supposed to find like a girl
I'm just like,
nowadays
I'm
when like
flinching
they
in
can go
there.
online and find their, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's fucked
Right.
up.
Kale's
Yeah,
trying-
for
Girl in
example,
pink shit,
I was
sister-in-law,
watching
mom
during the
spanking daughter,
Olympics.
Kale's trying to
slap
jump
boob
in.
kissing.
Go.
Latifah, you guys missed the best one. Latifah and Dina, 69 orgasm, babysitter, chubby riding, tiny teen, swim, Tampa bukkake, prolapse, amateur girls masturbating, British prostitute cream pie, Whitney Wright, a mature MILF, Vicina, Soraxis teens, Summer Destiny, Shelby Glory Hole, Busty Latina on webcam. I think we're back at the start now.
I think we were.
Surprise gangbang, yeah.
I want to just point out when I had those moments where I watched the Olympics, there was a woman.
Why'd you
I
waste
can't-
your time?
I can't remember. Well, just because I was waiting for hockey to come on, I think. But there was
Why'd you
one
waste your
woman's
time?
event, and the American girl. She was like a
Did you do
skier of
this
some
thing?
sort. I can't remember. Downhill,
think so,
and
too.
this is the world today. She was. It was Tiger Woods' girlfriend, and her phone was cloned
Holly
or
Sampson.
something. I don't know. It's the Olympian though, just won gold again. But anyways, she sent a lot of pictures to Tiger Woods when they were dating because they're always apart in different cities.
Fast dildo
And somebody
machine.
copied the phone. So while we were watching her on the podium, we were looking at pictures of her that she sent
Drinking
Tiger
cum.
Woods that were pretty awesome. She's ripped. That's all I can tell you.
All right, I was
You can edit
gonna,
this out, right?
I'm gonna read mine.
That's the world. Most
Okay, wait. Here's a good one.
My
Stepdad
teacher
choke.
says to me today amidst this conversation
Stepdad
today,
choke
he says,
satisfier.
Hold on. Shearon brothers, you have to decide which one of you is going to talk because it can't be both.
Girlfriend, MILF fuck young, Asian sex therapy, lesbian cam girls, flick shagwell, hidden hand job,
Say it.
Arabic
Christopher
sub.
Walken.
Shit.
my teacher said today, she said, amidst the
Public
conversation,
dining room.
she said, no
Ukrainian.
woman's ever got famous for being exploited
Atlanta Road
sexually. I'm like,
squirt.
Paris Hilton?
Black
Kardashians?
girl
You want me to go on?
DP. I can't do that.
Do it. Keep doing
Wrong
it.
hole
She's
compilation.
already famous.
Strip club fuck. Finger public bus.
Natalie Wood.
Natalie Wood. Anal sex.
Him searching Natalie
Drowning boat.
Wood. Natalie Wood boat ocean.
Murder boat. Death kill. We did
This
it.
is going to be the same.
We
Natalie
did
Wood.
it. Teen blowjob cum tongue. Valentine's Day. That's weak sauce. Real private gangbang. MILF threesome amateur. Wife fuck stranger beach. Christina Rose interracial. Chubby masturbate. sharing big black cock, blindfold switch, inside mommy, Japanese girls, boots trample.
All I know that's being verified is that we're all fucking perverts.
Not us.
Humans.
Porn MD.
Fuck Team 5, muscle
Whoever's
domination.
searching dead body abuse, they're
Oh
burning.
my god, that's
Wife's
right there.
first big black cock.
They need the deep web.
Was it Riza Murab? I don't know what that says.
Good night, Todd. Ooh,
Anal finger. That's like a big one tonight.
anal finger.
crack? My back just cracked 1,000 times. It's so good.
Big ass she-male. Yeah, there you go. Shaved amateur young wife guy. What the fuck? Cuckold cum. Obsessed girl, cute teen, redhead anal. Nick wife brother. Dorothy. Secretary suck.
Dorothy.
Jailbait boy and
I
girl.
was looking earlier. There was one
Middle
that was just
Eastern
Bob.
teen.
Bob.
Advanced
B-O-M-B.
students in Thailand.
Just that.
Wow.
Yeah, people type that in. They're upset when they can't find new photos of Judy Garland that way.
So, pizza boy.
But they'll find
Wow.
a Photoshop version, I'm sure, on the internet.
So Tiff, now we come to the part of our show that every new guest that has come along, as of recently, has answered the same 10 questions.
Okay.
And
That's what the Lipton's 10 is?
That is. If
Okay.
you've ever seen the Inside the Actor Studio,
Yes.
James Lipton,
Okay.
he has these 10 questions that he asks all of his subjects
Okay.
when he comes on the show. And you, Tiff, being the second technically female
Whoop whoop.
to be on Basement
Which is,
Radio,
that's just horrendous.
female to receive these questions.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Perfect timing, right?
Yep.
And may the So You Want to Be a Millionaire music be playing in the background right now. Tiff, what is your favorite word?
My favorite word? God.
God is your favorite word?
No, not God, but
Nope.
favorite word.
And keep in
No?
mind,
Yeah.
this is just a podcast in someone's
Cunt.
duplex basement. There we go.
Definitely cunt.
You just said like Martha Mom plus douche cunt lick or something 5 minutes ago.
Tiff, what is your least favorite word?
Moist.
You know what? A lot of people fucking hate that word, man. That's like
Bro, I
a.
was like, ew, this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
just
you're the
don't
first,
like it.
think you're
I
the
hate the
first
word cunt. And-
Oh, I like it.
I think you're the
see?
first one who
I
has
can't.
said
I don't know.
What if
Like,
somebody
stop being
said
so
moist
cunty.
cunt?
And like, you know what's worse than
See that? I don't know.
Kind of
That
hole.
that doesn't bother me, but I can't be romantic and be like, "Let me touch your cunt." Like that doesn't work.
No,
Yeah,
it's
no.
not. It's like
not a
I
romantic
really
word.
like calling.
Sorry.
So like, if I really don't like you, like you're such a cunt hole.
Yeah, see that I can understand if it's like a
I think it's a
derogatory
great
term.
insult.
But yeah.
Your two answers for favorite word and least favorite word, no one has ever said two words that have actually correlated before.
Yep.
That's good. Tiff, what turns you on creatively?
Oh, I don't know. What turns me on creatively?
I'm not a cop. so you
Music.
don't have to say it
Definitely
like that.
music.
Yeah.
I'll have to go music. Yep.
What turns you on spiritually? Spiritually? That's right.
Oh,
Lipton
nature.
says it.
Nature.
Nature.
Spear and you itch.
That's a
What
great
turns you
answer.
on emotionally?
I'm not really sentimental like that. So I don't know.
Well, I'm not budging until you answer.
What turns me on emotionally? I don't. Okay, I guess. Yeah, I guess like.
Bambi?
Yeah, if you're like a good parent.
Feel free to say any answer of what we heard on the Porn MD.
Dead body abuse.
Oh my gosh, that
You might have already answered my next question.
was a good cherry pick. I like that.
Called?
You might have already answered my next question. What turns you off?
What turns me off? Liars.
Not dead body.
Dead body. No. No, I just said that turns me on.
No, that
emotionally.
sparks her emotionally. Yeah, she's.
What is your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
Oh, really? I thought you were gonna go with the answer from number one.
Well, cunt's not really. I don't know.
Oh, cunt is the big.
Okay, well then yeah, cunt.
It's not a swear word.
You're gonna say the N word like Todd did last week?
I never did. See, this is consistent. They always
See,
try
but no.
I edited it out.
I take back that answer. Fuck is my
That
favorite
whole
cuss
other
word.
part of today's
Yeah,
conversation.
cunt is my favorite insult.
What
Jeffries loves that word though.
What sound or noise do you love?
Laughter.
Moisture.
No, that's fine.
What was it?
You answered that like, is that the right answer?
What was the word?
Laughter.
Oh, laughter.
It could be anything you want. I'm not going to
You said
disagree with
moisture,
you.
and I'm like,
That's fucking
Not moisture.
Laughter is a good answer.
Yeah.
But I just want to think like sometimes people can be laughing at you. I just thought of that right away. Like, wait a minute. Oh,
with no that.
It depends what lens you look at the world.
her answer. Some of her answers are. I want to change some of mine to what she
Answer was
said.
a little bit more innocent.
Can I take some of her answers and replace mine?
I'll come back to you.
All right. So like just
Maybe
go
next
back,
episode.
re-edit the old episode, and just put her voice in. Like when it's me, it's like Brigham, and just have her.
Steve's probably not going to do that.
I didn't think you would.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Oh, I would love to be a psychologist.
Okay.
Yeah. If I like won the lottery, I'd be a student like the rest of my life, just getting degrees and all kinds of shit.
You really have different plans for the lottery than a lot of people.
But I would like retire to a cabin and like get a psychology degree while I was up there. Right? Like,
Go to school forever.
yeah, no, like I love it.
Like, I'll pay them to give me
I'd build a
straight A's.
castle and
I would do
shoot
it from
students.
home. I would do it from my fancy cabin in the woods, but yeah.
Right. What profession would you not like to do?
Like the people that like clean the shit out of the sewers and stuff. Like, yeah.
Sewer shit cleaner.
Yep. I don't want to. Yep.
Is the official.
Yep.
And finally, Tiffy. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Oh God.
Why would you say, "Oh God"?
That'd be
That'd be actually a good answer. That is a good answer.
That'd be sweet if God's. Oh,
She's like, oh God. That's probably the best fucking accidental answer I've ever heard. Right
Yep. There you go. That's my answer. I'm sticking to it. Oh God.
Oh God.
thanks, Tiff.
You're welcome. Thank you.
She's like, that actually wasn't my answer.
No, that totally works.
That was just.
No, we're locking her in our rules. You're in a man's world. You hear that?
Yes.
You're running with the boys.
I like your answer.
So if
those
Alanis
are good answers.
Morissette was at the gates when she
Did you guys happen to see the Alanis Morissette singing "Ironic" with James Corden, or they changed the lyrics? Mm-hmm. That's pretty funny.
Ironic things.
It was like a current thing. Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all current shit. Like,
It says something in it about singing a song that doesn't mention anything that's ironic.
There's
in
not
that
one
song.
bit of irony in that entire
But in
song.
that song that they're talking about, they modernize it and there's a line.
it's like smartphones and shit. Like it's all.
lines of, but none of this is actually ironic or something.
in that special.
She's very pretty. I'll say she's very pretty in that video. I forgot.
That's unnecessary. That's unnecessary to talk about.
Let's have a vote. Let's have a vote. Which this is somebody said this at school. I think last Thursday. This like which of Ryan? Because I actually made the Ryan Reynolds joke. And anyways, which of
like Ryan Reynolds?
I won't show you my. I won't show you my.
You just made his night.
I'm not about to show you my abs.
I
No.
just made Brigham's light too.
Hey man, you look
No,
like Johnny
the
Depp.
question was which of his exes would you most want to date? And it was the three were who was it? Alanis Morissette,
Well, let's ask.
Scarlett Johansson.
Let's ask Tiff
Yeah,
this
let's ask Tiff this
What?
question. If you could date any of Ryan Reynolds' three, famous girlfriends, one of them obviously,
are they?
one of his now is his wife. It's Alanis Morissette,
Blake Lively.
or Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, why?
Titties.
Whoa!
You're such a dude.
I wasn't expecting that. That was wow.
You know what that?
I would
automatically-
motorboat those boobies all day.
You know what that makes me think
I
of?
think you made
though?
Todd's face red.
You know what that? But you know what the first thing I thought of?
This made my week.
Scarlett Johansson was in a movie.
That's
with
great.
Steve
But you know
Buscemi.
me, I love to motorboat.
Yeah, I guess.
She's a
Like-
motorboat son of a bitch. There was a movie.
Scarjo Mobo.
There was a movie.
Scarjo
I can't
Mobo.
remember the name of the movie, but
there's a movie where Scarlett Johansson was in it. She was very young, I think. I don't know if she was, I'd say 16 to 20 maybe in real life. But she was very flat-chested, and her co-star was Thora Birch. Thora Birch literally had like watermelons in her shirt. And it's like she was one of the ones who was supposed to be really famous. And she,
did you just say Thora?
How are you just learning now that I like to
Oh yeah, Thora Birch.
That was I will motorboat.
To be honest with you, hasn't come up organically.
I forget Thora
We
Birch.
used to hang out at Charlie's together. I'm all about the motorboat, giving them, getting them.
Is that why everyone called you Motorboat Tiff?
No, everybody called me Smart Tits. Val calls me Smart Tits because Jeff's buddy, I don't even remember what his name was, came up to me at the Canada, and he's like, "Your boobs are really smart," and then he fell over.
at the Canada.
At the Canada. That's where Smart Tits came from.
50 cent dress.
Yep, that's what 50 cents dress. I never used to say I'm like they'll solve world hunger one day.
Didn't know that was your nickname.
With a 50 cent.
Yeah, Smart Tits.
We are learning things tonight.
I got drive-by motorboated in Ottawa with Anna.
Physically
Listen, no, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So I'm at.
You almost killed Todd.
Calling bullshit.
You almost killed Todd.
End of the show.
Listen.
Wrap it up.
Okay, so I'm in Ottawa at this bar. This girl comes out of nowhere. I don't know her. This girl comes out of nowhere, motorboats me. She's like, "You got the best tits I've ever seen," and then she ran away. I was like, "Did I just get drive-by motorboated?" I totally just got drive-by motorboated.
I thought it was actually just a guy hanging out in a car as you're walking on the street.
No, she just randomly came up, motorboated me, and then ran away. I was like, this is my best day ever. I'm having a blast. Drive-by motorboated in Oshawa. Great.
It's very similar to what the Grand Prix sounds like in Detroit.
Amazing.
God, that was more like a horse. But
I just got a question for
you guys did it pretty good.
Val's doing good.
Tell her hello.
I will. Maybe I'll bring her by.
Todd, go ahead.
all I was gonna say is we were talking. All this stuff came up at school, obviously, but I mentioned we were talking about embarrassing moments on camera. And I said back 2 years ago, I won't say the name of the artist, but I was interviewing an artist on camera, and I kind of I met him the day before. He was cool. Hung out with him that night for about a half an hour. They said, get around him, make sure he doesn't get out of your sight, because if you don't, you're going to lose him, and then the interview's going to be fucking washed, right? So anyways, it's like the 5, 4, 3 countdown, and I told him how I'm going to grab your shirt. Okay? Just kind of grab your shirt.
You always have to be, you have to be an example in his. so anyway, I was like this, right? So then,
Sorry, I made it all about me again.
Once he gets to know you,
that's words, yeah.
Stories, yeah. Just be happy you're getting away with a tap on the back. Okay, sorry, Todd. Go ahead.
Anyways,
but you're gonna have to explain what you're doing to Tiff's back.
I was about to, but I won't point out who rudely interrupted me, Steve. So, anyways, I grabbed the back of his shirt in the middle of his back and said, "I'm gonna get a grip on you, and if I tug to shorten your answers, whatever." That's to keep him in range, because guys will wander away and stuff. Anyways, long story short, I said this in front of the class to my teacher. And she's a big journalist professional, but I said,
Tea Party?
I said as the as the countdown went down. No,
Kid Rock.
No, you'd never guess in a million years.
Prince.
No, that'd be great if I interviewed Prince. But anyways, as the countdown started to go down to be live on camera, the second they did the point to me to go live, he literally took his 3 fingers like this and jammed them square up my fucking ass as hard as he could. Right, like straight up my teacher was like,
"Who did this?
That is
who did this?
A sexual assault." And I'm like, "Yeah, but." I kind of laughed it off. I got him back, essentially, but I mean,
shoved your finger.
No.
Nope, even better, my dick.
I took the opportunity to embarrass him back. Like, nobody saw what happened to me, but obviously I knew, and you know what I mean.
Hold on, he went down into your pants?
No.
Okay, through the pants.
Through the pants, yeah.
So that's not so bad.
Yeah, but like through my.
You were there that night. I'm just gonna tell you a secret. You were there that night.
Through my.
You were there that night, and I was there
my
that night.
reaction
And
of how I
so was the
handled it.
band that we watched
I
together.
Mother Earth?
Yes.
Was it I Mother Earth?
Yes.
Was it Edwin?
No,
but it was that night.
It's nodding like this.
No, it's not.
It was that night.
That says yes right now. It was I Mother Earth.
It was that night. It was that night.
It was during the same blues fest.
It was that night.
But no,
Big Sugar?
It wasn't that night. No, it wasn't that night. Anyways, my reaction was I laughed it off.
Was it the go-go?
I had to get.
You paid him?
I was on live television, and she was just appalled. Like, you should be. I'm like, why? What good for that too? What did he do? He jammed his fingers in the crack of my ass. Like, really? What's that gonna do? I've seen way worse. I've probably done way worse.
That's just a Tuesday.
To another. Yeah, that was whatever day. But anyways, she was thrown back, like baffled, mind blown. I'm like, because obviously, if somebody did that to her, if a guy did that to her. Oh my God! But imagine it doesn't matter. In her opinion, it's if anybody did that, if a woman did that to her, it'd be fucking over. You know what I mean? A lawsuit. She'd be flipping out. She would probably just cut and be like, "You just did." I don't know. But I played it off and went through because it didn't. To me, it was like
I'd be offended if somebody tried to slip their fingers on my butt while I was interviewing them. Yeah, oh yeah.
You'd what?
I'd be offended.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be offended.
Well,
I would probably not interview you.
Well,
I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I'm done.
Like I said,
Probably
I don't
not.
remember what I did exactly because the video that I had to see it, to watch it, was destroyed. The audio, there was an issue or something. Anyways, it's gone, and I never even got to see
So there's
it.
no proof that you got finger raped in your butt.
I told a lot of people, but you couldn't see it anyway. You couldn't see it anyway. Because it was the interview was like, the camera was probably set about mid stomach up, right? You couldn't have seen what it did. You just see me react. Like, what the,
Do your eyebrows go up like this?
I never saw it.
Is there stock footage of this?
No.
He's saying that it got destroyed.
I just said the
Did you come?
Can we read this?
No.
Can I be on Earth?
Better use. Did I say two? Did I say 2 fingers? You better make it 3.
So bad.
Anyways, like all I'm saying is, today's day and age now. Like this was only 2 years ago.
What would be that search on PornMD?
But I've seen worse.
Three finger interview.
But guy, like I said, we were saying earlier, guys let things slide more. Obviously, I've worked for hockey teams. I've seen what happens in the locker rooms.
Guys are abnormally naked for an abnormally long time in the locker room.
Blatantly homoerotic.
No, I've seen that door open. I've seen the same person naked, and then like an hour later, the door opens, same person naked. Weird. Where's your clothes? Why are you getting dressed? Yeah. Why are you not dressed yet? It's been an hour.
Yeah, but I mean, could have got off the treadmill, could have went in the shower, could have done a workout.
No, it was my ex, and he just got off the ice, and then he was changing, and then the door opened, he was naked, and then an hour went by, and he was still naked. I'm like, what's that on?
Yeah, well, believe me, trust me when I say that's nothing.
Oh, I know.
What, did he belong to a religious sect that did not?
Yes, must have been.
Oh man.
Well, on his behalf, I accept your apology.
Fantastic.
It's been a great night, folks. This has been fun.
88%.
It was fun. It was so much fun.
Tiff, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Adding some female perspective to the basement that is otherwise just usually a sausage.
Just a cock
I was
fest.
very happy to be here, for
Whipping
sure.
our dicks, rubbing up against each other the whole time.
I'm glad that
He
didn't
was
happen
gonna
tonight.
invite
Thank you
Kathleen
for
Wynn
saving
for
it.
you.
Thank
He
you
was going to
for.
invite Kathleen Wynn, and he was afraid she wouldn't show up if he didn't show up.
Oh,
Anyway, Tiff, come back again.
absolutely. Anytime.
Okay.
Anytime.
And we are going to do that once we all watch Get Out. Is that?
Yes,
Okay.
you have to watch Get Out.
Yeah, I'm curious because now I don't know what the fuck because you said it was this and he said it was that and I'm like
we have
I'm
totally
right
different
over
opinions
here
on
and
that.
that's
Nothing but good things.
For that last night.
It was awful.
That's why
I don't
we're
know
talking
why.
about.
I don't know why that would be
You're
nominated.
using the wrong suffix. Awesome, not awful.
Awful.
Didn't we talk about this before?
People are saying it's like
Save it.
one of those
Save it for
movies
the.
I don't know, but that's great.
Todd,
Yeah.
thank you for just popping into my house
being
uninvited.
your
That was great. Totally didn't expect you to just...
Speaking of asking,
Just broke in. The door was locked actually, I think.
First ever
Got a
podcast
kit.
crash.
He's just
No,
Todd, thank you.
No,
I
it
love
isn't.
you.
Mark's crashed it before.
I hope we're still friends.
Say
we're-
that fast 3 times.
I hope we're still friends.
Podcast, crash,
Shut up.
ass.
Shut up. You're not even on mic anymore right now. So. I love you, Todd. I love you, Todd. Todd, look at me. Look at me.
A
Todd.
lot of effort.
Todd, I'm looking at you. Look at me.
hey wait, I want to do an
Hold on.
impression of Dave
Hold
Chappelle in a
on.
minute. Okay, I don't need to do it now.
Todd.
Yo,
I love you.
I love you too, man.
There we go. He just said I love you.
This is my Dave Chappelle impression. Ready?
Nobody will get to know that I'm not a total asshole.
That was it.
No one can hear your screams right now, Todd, before you do not have a
Did I
microphone.
make it about me?
Yep.
Again.
Yep.
Brigham,
Yep.
are we still
It's
friends?
hard not to when it's
Dude, I don't care what.
You
Dude.
don't care that we're friends?
No, I don't care that we argue about anything. Like it just.
Brigham, I love you.
I love you too.
Shit, I was gonna tell you.
It just
right now.
it goes right over my.
Kale.
I don't care.
Kale. Kale, buddy.
We might disagree. I'll still make you a
Very
sandwich.
expensive.
I'm trying to
Yep.
Trying to be
Steve saying his goodbyes.
being sentimental. Kale.
Oh,
Kale, I love you too. I'm so glad you guys invited me here tonight. For real, I was so excited.
I love you, man.
Can we have like George and Red on the
Yeah.
show too? And like if they ever come down and that happens, like you should
Yeah.
totally invite me because I'd be.
We
Really
had Red
excited.
on.
We didn't have.
I was bummed that the next in line thing didn't happen.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to that
You can blame Jim.
because I was like your biggest fan. Like I love Next in Line.
Well, we're planning it again, but
I want to see it. I want to be here.
it's only going to be a 3-piece though, because Levac's not coming.
Why?
Why? What the fuck?
I don't.
Want me to call
go,
him?
Like pick him up.
Call
and
him on the
drive
air.
him.
We invited him.
Call
I
him
gave
on
him
the air.
shit for that too, and I'm like, why didn't you come for the Next in Line thing? He was like, oh, I don't know. He's like, I didn't know it was a thing, and I'm like, no, like.
Call him on the air, man.
man.
Steve, call him on the air.
Right now?
Sure, why not? I don't care. It actually affects my life at all. No way.
better time than present.
Yeah, fuck.
So now, Brigham, can we get into the fact that we've talked about this before, that the word awful actually sounds good because you're full of awe.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking about that earlier about smells.
I'm
Yeah.
in awe of how awful that movie was.
Or it could be like, oh.
And awesome is only a bit. Then
Yeah.
awful, you think it'd be awful? would be the
Awesome,
one
I
extreme.
awful.
get it. I
Awesome
get
is
it.
more middle of the road. Like, yeah, it had
Which makes no sense. And you're right. Awesome is just some of awe.
How about
But
Teddy
awful
Beebla?
is
It
a
was
whole
awful.
barrel of it. You know? Like,
But you know,
you're right. You're right. It's
you know,
fucked up.
This one was full of awe. This is awful.
But dude,
Yeah.
the thing is, it's awe and then some.
No, it's not.
No, it's still
That
awesome.
was pretty fucking good though. No?
Awe and
It
then
was
not
awe
some.
and then some.
It's
Aw,
awesome, not
aw, and a bag of chips.
But
Yeah.
that's just it. You just said it was full of awe. I said it's awe and then some. It fucking is awesome.
Then you're just creating a new word.
Shut up. That's witty as shit on the
You're adding a word to it. Just awful.
Setting your mic down because I don't want to break it, but pretend it's wrong.
Full of awe. Full awe. Just say full awe from now on.
So,
Oh, that movie was full awe.
That shit was full
Full
awe,
awe.
bro. That'll actually probably catch on in the hood.
awful.
Heavy awe. Some heavy awe in that.
Very awful.
That movie was
Full awe,
shit.
bitch. Yeah, that'll catch on.
It was
I-
awe heavy.
No,
The point.
I am not missing the point.
Shit, it
I
was like
understand what like the
photography.
undertones of that movie
It's
was.
getting smaller.
Photography.
Smaller.
That new
No,
word
I
is
just
totally
I didn't
fetch.
like. I think it could have been done better. I didn't like the end story, and I feel like it. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I didn't like where it went. I didn't like any of it. None of it.
We'll talk.
It's been a very long time since I wanted to walk out of a theater, and like I wanted to walk out of a theater.
Wow.
Yeah.
So critically acclaimed that.
It's not. It has nothing to do with being racist at all.
I say that movie's like it's so critically acclaimed right now. It's ridiculous.
Have you seen
They
it?
said that it should.
Did you see it? Did you watch it?
I read a pretty long article about it. I haven't seen it.
Shut your mouth.
I
I can't say what the movie is or what it looks like.
I didn't find any of it believable. That's what it was. Like that. Like what was actually happening. I didn't find any of that believable.
Well, it's not supposed to be real.
I know that. I just
Still,
didn't.
kind of the point I think.
Still a supernatural kind of.
I didn't.
We're saying too much. We're saying too much. We're saying too much for people.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Okay.
Have you seen heart beeps?
Stop talking.
Have you seen heart beeps?
Wait, like one.
I doubt it.
whatever it was for that movie.
I don't think the acting was bad. I just thought I
Everyone
didn't
has
like
it
the
home on their
story.
TiVo.
The story was bad.
Tiff, we're still talking about it.
Heart beeps. Heart beeps. Hey, have you seen heart beeps? Todd, have you seen heart beeps?
What is it? Push? I gotta watch
Al
Push.
Bass, Brigham
The
Shearon,
Push.
Todd
The
Shearon,
Push.
Tiff Rizok.
Booyah, booyah.
Episode 26.
Sounds like dance music's gonna come in.
Oh my god, that was so much fun.
Yes, you're supposed to.
Ayo, ayo.
How's the
Sweet brownie Shiva. No, sweet brownie Shiva. Yeah, sweet brownie, sweet brownie. Sweet brownie Shiva. Sweet brownie Shiva.